This is a Headgum podcast.
Mitch, you know, you and I are having to eat a lot of garbage for this month's Tournament of Chompions.
That's right, Wags.
But eating better is easy with Factor's delicious, ready-to-eat meals. Every fresh, never frozen meal is chef-crafted, dietitian-approved, and ready to go in just 2 minutes.
You'll have over 35 different options to choose from every week, including Calorie Smart, Protein Plus, and Keto.
Also, there are more than 60 add-ons to help you stay fueled up and feeling good all day long.
What are you waiting for? Get started today and get after your goals. They got 2-minute meals. Fuel up fast with Factor's restaurant-quality meals that are ready to heat and eat whenever you are.
You like pancakes? You like smoothies and more? Discover a wide variety of easy options for the entire day, like breakfast, midday bites, and more.
No prep, no mess meals. Factor meals are ready to heat and eat, so there's no prepping, cooking, or cleanup needed. Wow.
It's flexible for your schedule. Get as much or as little as you need by choosing your meals every week. Plus, you can pause or reschedule your deliveries anytime.
Factor is the perfect solution if you're looking for fast, premium options with no cooking required.
Sign up and save. We've done the math. Factor is less expensive than takeout, and every meal is dietitian approved to be nutritious and delicious.
Wags, I know this from experience because when I'm eating my Factor meals, I'm saving cold hard cash, baby.
Mitch, you and I have both had Factor, and let me tell you, makes you feel a lot better than what you've been eating for Munch Madness.
And Wags, they're a sponsor of Munch Madness.
That's right, Mitch. Factor is the official sponsor of Munch Madness 2024, the Tournament of Chompions IX. Head to factormeals.com/doughboys50 and use code doughboys50 to get 50% off. That's code doughboys50 at factormeals.com/doughboys50 to get 50% off.
Doughboys50. Do it.
Wow. For whom the bell does, Munch Madness 2024, the Tournament of Chompions IX, Quiero Talk-O Bell is presented by Factor.
Wow.
Taco Bell is a brand that believes in living moss. You are all examples of the live moss mentality. These immortal words were spoken by guitarist/host Dave Navarro on Season 5, Episode 10 of the Spike TV tattoo competition show Ink Master. This accidental theater of the absurd has lived on in a meme with a greater legacy than the reality series itself. And today, as we begin our own annual competition show, we too aim to embody the live moss mentality as we do a top-to-bottom evaluation of the full menu of our perhaps most discussed and definitely most beloved fast food franchise. The field has been subdivided by menu category into 6 group or Goop stages, 2 of which will be hashed out today, tacos and drinks. Savory bites and saccharine sips, liquid sugar and molten meat, crunchy and soft, frozen and still ice cold, but not like fully frozen. How do these beefy crunchers stack up against these sweetie quenchers? We'll decide live moss. This week on Doughboys, the first 2 group stages of For Whom the Bell Does, Munch Madness 2024, the Tournament of Chompions IX, Quiero Talk-O Bell, tacos, drinks, ring the bell!
It's the Doughboys!
Welcome to Doughboys, the podcast about chain restaurants. I'm Nick Weiger, along with my co-host, Paul Atreides, the Spoon Man, Mike Mitchell.
Oh.
It's a Dune roast.
Oh.
It's a Dune roast. You probably forgot some character names.
Look, I haven't seen Dune yet, but I'm going. It's Leap Day.
Dune Part 2. You haven't seen Dune Part 2 yet. You've seen Dune Part 1.
I shouldn't. Yes.
Electric Dunaloo.
Dune roast, please credit Jeffrey Parties for this roast if chosen. Love and kisses. Thanks, Jeffrey Parties. Roast at birdfuck.com.
It's Leap Day.
When we're recording it.
Yes.
We should have done this on the episode that was out last week that came out on Leap Day. You should have done that bit then. Then people would have been like,
yes.
that's great. It's
no, you're right.
Now
I should have looked ahead to see when that
yeah, you should have looked
recorder
ahead,
was going to come
looked
out
at the
on
fucking
Leap Day.
calendar for once in your life and seen when the episode was going to release.
Wags, today, the day we're recording this, it's Leap Day.
All right, I like it.
You don't like who cares? They know that it's not the day it comes out.
No, I like it. It was good.
God, they're going to be fucking mad? Is that what's going to happen?
Doesn't sound like our fans.
I saw
there was
You know what Kinship Good should make? Podcast sheriff badge. I told you this, our listeners, they hate cops, but they love policing. That's what we talked about. They love the police. Just an old West town. And fucking a Reddit dork with a podcast sheriff star on.
Someone here didn't fully contextualize American imperialism. Now I'm going to put a stop to it.
You've gone over the line with Italian slander, bitch. I challenge you to a duel.
Also, the Doughboys laugh too much. What the fuck do you want?
Yeah.
Sorry, my friend is funny.
Yes.
Sorry we have funny guests on the show.
Or sorry we have an unfunny friend on the show and we got to pretend to laugh. What the fuck do you want from us either way? We don't have that problem today. We got a funny one.
Oh, my God.
I'm not chiming in on this Reddit conversation because they'll come at me the hardest.
Weird. That's strange. Wonder what it is.
Yeah, I wonder what that is.
Yeah. Anyway, Dune Part 2.
It could be all of our very progressive white listeners in there.
I am hyped for Dune Part 2. I'll have seen it by the time this episode comes out.
When?
You know what? I just saw.
I'm
seeing it on Sunday.
I'm saying when are you seeing? Okay.
Yeah,
what did you just see?
What? Well, I got Dune on the brain because I just saw Tenet in IMAX with Gabrus. Two of us went out. Had a great time.
Right. I had that booked in my aim. What were you gonna say?
No, Tenet, the movie.
Tenet the movie.
I went during the pandemic to the drive-thru because I was starved to get out of the house. And so a friend's birthday was like, hey, we're getting a bunch of friends to go see Tenet at the drive-thru down in wherever it was.
The Tiki one?
Nah, Miranda? It was down like east, like Cudahy or something, like somewhere east. And I was like, I would have preferred to stay in the house.
Yeah. I don't think a drive-in theater is the way to see that. I think that the immersive IMAX experience with a hot crowd, I was like, I'm having a blast.
Yeah.
Hot attractive or hot like excited?
I'm sure there was some. No, it was like they look like Doughboys fans. Their attractive spouses were at home. They're a bunch of doughy men.
Isn't there a Tiki drive-in? I wish the Tiki theater. I wish the Tiki theater in Hollywood was a drive-in.
That removes half the appeal.
I know.
Got to see what your neighbor's up to.
Yeah. The Jack-Off Theater, and you know the one we're talking about?
Oh, where rest in peace, Brother Fred.
Yeah.
Where he got his last laugh.
One of the greats. One of the true greats. One of the funniest dudes. Worked with him once. A lovely man. Yeah. So
I've worked
funny.
with him as well. I love him. I truly don't think that he did anything wrong.
Nobody's business.
Nobody's
who
business.
Cares?
I don't know who cares.
Ain't nobody's business that his taint was out.
You know what people do? There was an LA Times piece about that theater. You know what people do in that theater? They sleep.
Yeah.
Because they can't afford to fucking live in the city, so they buy a ticket, they go in there, and they sleep. That's the most common
activity. And who cares
activity.
if they jack off, too?
Who cares if they're also jacking off?
That's how people get to sleep.
Exactly. Porno movie playing, what are you supposed to do?
I wonder if they play new movies or old ones.
Apparently, they play a lot of they're basically just streaming porno now. So they're just it is mostly new stuff, but yeah, it's not like they're showing the classics. I mean, it'd be fun to see a classic porno in a theater.
Yeah. The Nick Weiger cloud they're playing from, basically. It was very Pearl clutchy when I mean, I guess it wasn't as bad for Willard as it was for Pee Wee or something like that. But Wags, I got news for you. I'm gonna be a 4-eyed dork. I'm getting glasses.
You're getting glasses. Emma's cheering.
Yeah, hold on. Wait a second.
Oh, sorry.
Glasses over here.
I get it. Stop on this right quick.
I used to have glasses anyways. I came in with Urkel, and I'm going out with Urkel, it turns out.
I used to have glasses. I got LASIK. But are you considering contacts? You sticking with the just with glasses?
I'm getting glasses because right now I'm not supposed. I have astigmatism.
I also have astigmatism.
Because I was reading the letters and I was like, is something wrong with the screen? Because there's shadows below. And she's like, no, there's something wrong with your eyes. And so I went the other day. I have a lot of floaters. This is when I had my weird, whatever that was, my weird stroke where I then had vertigo for 4 months, and then I had a bunch of floaters. Then they sent me down because they thought I had retinal detachment, was what they were afraid of.
Oh yeah.
And then they still said I had the floaters. You can get an operation to get rid of the floaters, but it's like LASIK. It's dangerous if you do any of those, any of that stuff. So
when you're talking about glasses, are you talking about reading glasses? Do you have like the macular degeneration where you have to have, or this is the thing you wear all the time?
No, she told me not to wear them all the time. She says that you ease yourself into them. You wear them occasionally.
But are they meant to be like your everyday glasses, or
like
they
to see things far away?
Yeah, I think like toward the end of the day when my eyes, like when things get blurry, like right now it's blurry. I probably would maybe toss them on now.
Like driving and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's a distance thing.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, yeah, my right eye was very strong.
Wow,
she said.
That's nice.
Yeah. Not to brag or anything, but my right eye was very strong. I could I got everything right with the right eye, but then the left one is. You
got strong eyes.
I got strong eyes. Well,
and you know what you got? A podcast.
Is this a Dead Eyes riff?
You got yourself a long running podcast. Strong eyes.
You'll be able to see all the left titties at the tiki theater.
Ugh, when I finally see the right titty. My left, I had a lazy eye growing up. You knew this. I wore an eye patch.
Yeah.
I wore an eye patch
for
almost a year.
Mm-hmm.
And I was scared. Like, I thought that the doctor was maybe the optometrist was maybe a Reddit user.
Yeah.
And I was like, lazy eye? I was like, they don't use that term anymore, do they? And she's like, no, they still call it lazy eye, don't worry. And I'm a doctor. I'm not on your Reddit. I'm an optometrist. But yeah. Oh, the TV is on. Now you're distracted by the TV.
I told you I wanted the TV off. You insisted on having it on mute.
Is that what's her name? Kelly.
This is that we should have turned this off. I should have just overruled.
She looks great. What's her name?
Kelly Clarkson.
Clarkson.
This is great content.
I'm gonna turn it off.
You live commenting a Wayfair commercial that our listeners can't
Kelly
see.
Clarkson looks great.
She does look great. She's a beautiful woman.
Right?
She's wearing purple. She looks good.
Yeah, she looks good. Now we got a children's Claritin. How about that?
Okay, that's enough.
Thank you, Emma.
Emma.
I wanted to see what happened in The Saint.
We were watching The Saint. What was the episode title? Do you remember?
The Invisible Millionaire.
The Invisible
You see the guy getting in the bed?
Yeah.
He had his face was all red. That's why I thought it was like a Hollow Man thing.
Right.
He was smoking a cigarette. You couldn't see.
No, this was it's the classic series, The Saint, which I'm not familiar with, later adapted into a Val Kilmer movie.
Really?
Yeah, you remember The Saint?
Oh, yeah.
That's what it was. They did that period where they did that. They did the Avengers, not the Marvel Avengers, the Avengers like with Uma Thurman, right?
Oh,
that?
okay, yes.
And then when it was years later, but The Man from U.N.C.L.E., same sort of thing, like one of those like classic like TV dramas.
Damn.
Of course, the big one you haven't seen, The Fugitive.
I know. I never seen The Fugitive.
Oh my god,
that was a TV show, right?
It was a TV show, yeah.
Howdy ho to Spoon Nation.
Wow.
Emma, let's hit him with a drop.
That'll be the next episode of The Scale. We'll all weigh our heads.
Can we weigh Mitch's head? How do we do that?
I'd like to cut your head off so I can weigh it. What do you say?
Wow. Is the human head more than 8 pounds? It's gotta be.
I don't know.
I'd like to gather all your friends and smush them into a small swimming pool so I could weigh them. What do you say?
What the fuck?
Turn the TV back on.
That was Fish, wasn't it? Or like a fish? No, I mean,
Yeah.
It was a Fish
I think
song?
so. I don't know. The file is titled Fish Head.
a fish head.
Fish head.
They're playing at the Sphere in Las Vegas
Are they really?
next year.
Wow.
Fish.
So
That'll be an event.
this thing this Sphere thing looks like the coolest shit on the
It
planet.
really does.
And yet the first 3 bands are like fucking U2, Fish, and I don't know, Grateful Dead. What's the third one? Yeah, come on, man.
I think it's like they're like, who can afford these seats? It's Gen Xers and above, so they're like targeting older people with money. That's my guess.
You named Scott Aukerman's favorite band.
Yeah.
Harris Whittles, rest in peace. Hanford,
R.I.P.
maybe too. And Ramondi is the Grateful Dead guy.
And of course, our Discord moderator, Fish.
Fish,
our good buddy.
I'm gonna forget Fish.
His name is Fish.
You know, honestly, I don't want to see any of those bands.
Sure.
But I don't know who I would personally like to see in the Sphere. Like, who's big enough that I would want to see in the Sphere.
You know what I'd like to see in that Sphere?
Who?
Get that Tiki Theater movie up in there. All I can see is that big left tit.
Big left tit. In full HD, you see all the areolic bumps.
I see every bump, Wise. Ladies, what's with those bumps? Sus just peered at me from around the TV, not laughing. Oh, I'm not supposed to say that he's there. All right, whatever. Hi, Doughboys and crew. Here's another stupid drop for you all. This was the first song by Fish I ever heard, and I pretty much stopped there. I never thought it would come in handy several decades later for something so dumb. Special shout out to Finky from the Discord for providing me with all the wows and what the fucks and saving me some time. Nick, please don't cut off Mitch's head just to weigh it until after the very last episode of the podcast. Thanks as always for the great show. McLean, I forget how you say your last name, and we know him well.
Yes.
Deemer, is it Dimer?
We've learned it before.
We've learned it before.
McLean Deemer. Thanks, McLean.
Thanks, McLean. Sorry.
Yeah, and sorry.
It's sorry.
That was good. Mitch, the Tournament of Chompions is here.
Why? It's the tournament. This is the first full episode.
This is the first official beginning of the Tournament of Champions, For Whom the Bell Does, Munch Madness 2024, the Tournament of Chompions IX, Quiero Talk-O Bell, a month-long tournament where we will determine the best single item of the entire Taco Bell menu.
Wow.
We did this with one other totemic chain in the past. We did it with McDonald's.
Mm-hmm.
And our Mac Attack tournament that began before COVID and ended after COVID.
Wow.
Isn't that wild? Our
COVID.
first remote episodes were during Munch Madness 2020, Mac Attack. And now hopefully...
It's funny because I bet you like that when it was ending, I bet you the depression had set in at that point, right? Or was it like at the end of the tournament, was it still like, this is so crazy. Well, we'll see you on the next episode.
No, I think we almost immediately were extremely depressed.
Okay.
I don't know if that comes across in the episodes, but I think pretty early on we got pretty existentially, into states of crisis.
To be fair, we were probably pretty depressed in like November 2019.
Yeah, of course.
All right. I don't think it was just the pandemic.
Right.
But we're depressed guys.
But we've done this before, and this is, I feel like this is our most talked about chain. It's certainly our most reviewed chain. We've reviewed this chain with our guest in the past, and so McDonald's, I could kind of predict where it was going to go, and it ultimately landed on fries, and that just made sense. That felt fitting, and also I feel like it would have been the bettor's favorite going in. Here,
Big Mac could.
I don't know what could happen.
Yeah.
Big Mac could have won. Yeah, there were things that could have won, but I don't know what could happen at all in this one. There's not like a clear favorite.
I agree with that. I have my favorites from there, of course.
Of course.
But I don't know if I'm going to lie. Everyone has their different tastes at TB.
That's true, Mitch.
The fuck?
That's a good point.
Are you watching?
I brought up the Saint on my iPad.
Are you watching the fucking Saint?
No, I was like, I didn't realize you're at the end of your thought. You're absolutely right. Everyone has their own tastes, and we're gonna find out.
Oh,
our
you're
favorite.
saying that it wasn't that great of a thought that everyone has their own taste?
Mitch, I didn't say that.
Okay,
I just thought you were going somewhere with it. But it was the end, so fine. There's a little bit of gap there, but we're gonna find our favorite, and we have one of our favorites to do that. From the Flagrant Ones,
That's
Gossip
right.
Kings, Foosballs, and In the Know, our friend Carl Tart is back. Carl, welcome back to Doughboys.
Thank you so much for having me back. It's been a long time, fellas.
It has been a long
too
time.
long.
It's
We
been
saw
too
you
long.
on the road previously.
Yeah, we remember our days on the road, fellas.
We actually reviewed a Mexican chain in Minneapolis, Taco John's.
Taco John's,
where
yes.
we had some of the worst meals I think we ever had on tour.
Yeah, bad stuff.
Real bad. Rough stuff.
That was not good. And for those of you who the potato olays were fine.
Yeah,
we'll give you that.
Yeah, you get good hash browns.
But they get good hash browns. But and we should announce now that after the Grateful Dead leaves the Sphere, we, the Doughboys, will be doing the Sphere, and the images will be only left titty. covered in potato olays.
So if you want your left titty featured on the Vegas Sphere, send them into our social media.
Yeah.
We'll repost the best ones.
You can send them specifically to my social media.
Don't put your right titty in a mirror and try to pass it off as a left titty.
We will know if the image is inverted.
We'll be able to tell. Don't pull that shit. Seriously, don't pull that shit. But do send the photos. Man, I just picture our mugs up in the sphere. You know what I mean? I think people would not consider.
Yeah, you know what I picture? An empty sphere.
We should do Vegas though.
It would be fun to do Vegas.
Here's the deal. He's not.
I'm taking we actually, Carl and I talked about this beforehand. I'm taking a year off. I just kind of need the break.
He needs the break.
Tough on me.
The hardest financial year for us as performers. He needs a break.
Yep, that's right. It's right. He has 2 podcasts, so he works 2 days a week, and it's not easy. Going out on the road for 3 days.
The road is
its
its own thing.
The road is and I'm not saying that it's not tiring. You know.
But you also this is the thing. I don't like to travel in general. So when I'm traveling also for work, that's its own thing. We'll figure it out. I'm not ruling it out indefinitely. I'm just saying, give me a little bit of time off.
I'm with you on not liking to travel.
Yeah.
I think domestically, I'm good. I'll get on a hopper anywhere in this country because I'm a patriot. But leaving the country, I think every time I'm on a dating app and the girl is like, a deal breaker for me, you have to want to see Europe. And I go, I've seen this shit. Fuck it. I'm done with it. I'm not going back over there.
I'll say this about touring. It's tiring, Wags, but when the lights come up and you hear that crowd, you remember why you came.
What's the song?
Are you just giving me nothing today?
What's the song? What is the song?
It's the loadout and Stay. Oh, won't you stay? Just
does everyone know this song?
A little bit longer.
Now I know that.
I know
what
that
the
song.
fuck?
But I never heard those lyrics.
Yeah, I never heard that part.
It's right before it kicks. The riff kicks in.
I'm sorry, I just don't know it.
I also know the 50s version of that. I don't think they say it in that.
Oh yeah, it's an older song, right?
Okay.
Jackson Brown sings it.
Oh, okay.
You know the song.
I'm sure I've heard it. I just did. You're you singing that part of it. I did not catch up on what you were doing.
I mean, I was trying to get you hyped up for the road, but you stared at me like there was something wrong with me. So it's fine. I mean, you don't want to tour. It doesn't matter. We're not going to tour.
I would have gotten On the Road Again. I would have gotten that immediately. On the road again. Just can't wait to get back on the dough again.
There you go.
Just say one other line from
restaurants
that song.
on the road again.
Okay, you're not singing the actual lyrics because you don't know them.
Just can't wait to eat food on the road again.
It's fine. We're not touring this year. I think it's good. I think we should hit some new places.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yeah. We got message about London. I mean, you don't want to go to Europe.
I don't want to go to London.
All right, you don't. All right. So now, all right.
I know that I'm not fully a part of this, but I'm just telling you now I don't want to go.
Can't do London. Carl's out.
Yeah.
Sorry.
What about Ireland? It's only a 6-hour flight from Boston.
That's why they all there. That's why they all the cops there.
Wait, can we talk about, because this is coming out in March. You both were bar bouncers. Was St. Patrick's Day crazy?
Yes.
Okay, well, saying I was a bar bouncer is it's a little. I mean, I worked at the Snake Pit at one point.
You were the doorman at a bar. You were the hired muscle.
Yeah.
And maybe you did a little bit less of it than Carl, because I know you're a bar that could get totally insane at times.
Yes, it would. I was at Barney's Beanery, and on St. Patrick's Day, it would be wild in there. St. Patrick's Day and the day before Thanksgiving would get crazy.
Do you know the crazy thing is Barney's Beanery is like a big hot spot now?
It's
for
huge
young
now.
kids.
Some young TikToker blasted it, and now it's popping over there. You can't get in. Like one night we did a show at the Largo, and we're like, oh, let's just go up to Barney's and grab some drinks and play pool. And the line was down the block.
Wow.
That's insane.
With a bunch of young, hot-ass people.
Yeah.
Everybody's sexy. Every single fucking person just hot fucking piece of ass.
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
How are those left titties looking?
Man, I went by and smacked every one of them. Tick tock this. Bow, 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 bow.
He's serious too.
Yeah. I don't play around. I got my guard card. I can do this. Nah, but when I was there, those were like the nights that would get crazy. It would get decent on weekends, but the St. Patrick's Day was nuts. Especially if it fell on a weekend.
Right. Now, do either of you ever party on St. Patrick's Day?
What the fuck sort of question is that?
Of course, man.
Interesting.
Of course. I'm a patriot, a Saint Patriot.
What is this question? Do I ever party on St. Patrick's Day?
Yeah, well, because I don't know. I mean, that would be the assumption. An Irish guy from Boston would be like, oh, St. Patrick's Day, this is your Christmas. You're going to get nuts. But like, I know there are people who like go to bars and they're like, I avoid St. Patrick's Day because it's crazy.
No, it's fun.
Yeah, you like it.
You go to the parade in Southie?
I mean, I have before in the past. I haven't gone in years. The last St. Patrick's Day I remember in Boston that wasn't COVID was at Woo's house in Savin Hill back in the day when Woo lived in Savin Hill. But
what's up, Woo?
What's up, Wu-Tang? He was just in Vegas. He was there for.
Of course he was.
You should have rolled out there. Say what's up to him.
He did a 5K. He did very last, or from what I understood, last, like I knew it was just like a week or two before he went. But he did a 5K, and we've been there, or we've talked to him when he signed up for 5Ks before and gotten too drunk.
I was in Vegas, Gabrus and I.
This is right. Okay, yeah.
And his friend, the three of us ran. Who I know, the three of us ran the half marathon, Vegas half marathon, which is on the Strip at night. It's kind of it's like half of it is an amazing race. You're running down the Strip and it's fully blocked off, and then they have to pad the course. So then there's a part where you just like run through like grungy, like downtown Vegas, and it's like dark and like kind of uncomfortable. So that part sucks. But then the back end, you come back to the Strip. But Woo was supposed to run that race with us, and then he was just like, "Yeah, I stayed up all night gambling and got too fucked up and just didn't run it."
Yeah, I thought that he was hungover, but I think he was actually still at like a craps table.
That's
while
the thing.
You guys were running.
He was just captive. He was just in the middle of his run.
Yeah.
He's the best.
That's pretty tight.
Yeah.
I spent with the commissioner Evan Susser. I had a St. Patrick's Day at Residuals. Maybe he can talk about it. I'm not sure why I keep bringing up the commissioner.
Yeah, weird, kind of random.
Yeah.
Okay, let's settle a couple things before.
I was gonna get hair treatment. They were like, "How about March 18th?" Because I'm getting my needle. Like I'm getting hair. I'm trying to grow hair again on the back of my head.
So you gonna get the PRP?
Is that what it is? It's like
platelet-rich plasma.
Yes, that's exactly what it is. Yeah.
Wow.
They took blood. They
take blood. They spin around, and the white part that comes, they inject that into your head.
Yep.
Was that an athlete treatment, or is that a different principle?
You do that. That's stem cells.
That's stem cells. Okay.
Like a version of stem cells. Yeah. Well, no, that's your own stem cells.
Right.
You can get other stem cells if you go to Mexico, which we are doing. Doughboys, Tijuana.
I'll come back with a luscious head of hair.
My knees I'll just be dunking basketballs everywhere.
Should probably get some plasma from a funny comedian while you and I watch. Stealing Carl's blood as he sleeps like vampires. Yeah, so she was like, "How about March 18th?" And I was like, "I don't fucking think so. It's the day after St. Patrick's Day. I'm gonna get fucked."
Yeah, your blood's gonna be way too thin.
Yeah.
It's not gonna separate.
She opens me up, it's just flying out everywhere. No, I of course I celebrate St. Patrick's Day. It's fun.
How often are those treatments?
Every month, and then
have you because you just started.
I just
right?
started.
You haven't really noticed yet.
No, I haven't noticed anything.
Okay.
My pubes, I think, are like a little thicker.
Oh yeah, your bush is getting fuller.
Did you get PRP in your boot?
Yeah, I got PRP in my bush. It's balding down there, wise.
Right. It was too easy to see your dick. Let's really hide that thing. Let's really stash it under a field of tall corn. Let's settle something.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking tacos today. I just want to get a baseline from everybody. Crunchy or soft?
Ooh.
For me, this kind of taco, the Taco Bell kind of taco, the Del Taco kind of taco, I land on crunchy. If we're talking about I can get a fresh corn tortilla from a taqueria, that's a different story. Or if I'm going to a Tex-Mex place with like homemade flour tortillas, that's a different story. But if we're talking about like these sort of sitting in plastic shells that are either soft or hard, I'm going hard.
This is a very tough question.
Yeah.
If you're talking guisados, I mean, they only serve soft, basically.
Yeah, and that's the same sort of thing. These are like fresh-made, handmade tortillas. They're like a good quality, holder.
Some high-class Mexican spots do give you. I just ordered Mexican food on Postmates the other day from, I think it's called Huey's, maybe.
Mm.
Oh, yeah.
You know that place?
Yeah.
And they have a crunchy option. And I got their crunchies one time, and I was like, I don't like this. I don't want this. Certain foods you want the processed version.
Right.
Like, over the authentic.
Yes, yeah.
And I think crunchy tacos are, so I love the soft taco at Taco Bell, but the crunchy taco is just like a classic, like, let me just house like 5 of those real quick. Yeah.
Let's just say if the commissioner was here, he's very graceful leaving a room. Like, he's like very smooth. It wouldn't be distracting at all. In fact, it wouldn't be more distracting than an episode of fucking, what's it called on the screen? The Saint.
No, he's just in your eye line 1 second, and then he's just gone the next. And like, oh, he's back. Wow.
No, the commissioner isn't distracting at all. When you say a joke about a left tit or like the bumps on a tit, and he won't peer around the corner of the TV like you did something wrong, and then won't gracefully leave the room and trip over the stool. For what exactly? It wasn't long enough to take a piss.
No, yeah. These are the kind of things we would speculate on if the commissioner happened to be here.
Yes, if the commissioner happened to be here, which we're not sure if, I mean, he's not here right now.
It's true.
Yeah. He's not, perched on a fucking stool right in front of us.
You were crunchy or soft? I want to get you on the record.
I mean, if it's between the crunchy and soft taco, which maybe I'm tipping my cap a little bit, I'm going crunchy.
Yeah.
If it's of the two, but maybe I'll tip my hat a little bit more.
Hugo's.
Hugo's.
Oh, I know Hugo's. Yeah.
Wait, what did you say before? I think
Huey's.
There is a Huey's restaurant, isn't there?
Maybe, but it's Hugo's the one that I ordered.
Hugo's is like it was a Valley staple for a long time, and there's Hugo's taco stand, but then there's also like a sit down Hugo's restaurant. Across the street from the stand. No one cares. This is like...
No, I'm listening.
It's like me singing the Jackson Brown song.
I'm listening. I was engaged.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
You're talking about that Coldwater Canyon and Riverside.
That's 100% it.
Yeah.
Carl knows it. Oh, won't you stay? I used to be able to hit the note a little bit. Just a little... You don't know it?
You have pretty good vocal range.
Well, I used to be able to hit that a little bit back in the day.
Like, was it? Were you into your falsetto, or were you like at the top of your tenor range?
I don't know. Oh... If I had water, I bet you I could hit it.
Oh. Kind of there? Because I'm in falsetto there.
See, my voice is cracking.
I'll lift that soft palate.
Oh.
This is a bit of Emma lore we got maybe behind the paywall. Emma was a singer. Emma was like we knew she was.
She comes from a musician.
Used to be a soprano.
A music family.
Back in the day.
Yeah.
And your father also.
Hey, use that soft palate, baby.
What is that? What do you mean by that?
Okay, so you put your tongue on the roof of your mouth. You got your hard palate, and the further you slide it back, you hit the soft palate, which you can lift. You know what I mean? So when you're trying to hit higher notes, you lift that. It gives you more air and more access to your higher register.
Oh, won't you stay? I got close.
There you go.
There you go.
See, but then I what the fuck are you doing?
You can really widen out your throat doing that.
He's finding his soft palate.
It looks like you're sucking on your own tongue.
That is how you.
It looks like Wagner's giving himself a tongue job.
That is how you find it if you're looking for it. You gotta like really get your tongue back there.
Dear Lord.
I just booked Wagner's whole weekend for him.
I'll be at the Tiki Theater during Left Titty Fest. Okay, crunchy or soft?
I mean,
yes.
I'd be very sad, but if I got the news, it's like Wagner choked on his tongue. It would be one of the funniest ways to hear you die. And like speaking about you and crying, but also like laughing a little bit at it. I hope you don't choke on your tongue.
Sucking himself off? Well, no, not really.
No, not really.
It's
more kind of
weirder than that. Okay, Carl, I'm curious.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a regular Taco Bell order? Do you have a go-to, or you just sort of figure it out on the day?
So here's a problem with Taco Bell,
yeah.
I think, and I think we can get into this. Wild brands and their propensity to change menu items constantly.
Yum Brands.
Yum Brands,
Yeah,
not Wild Brands. What is Wild Brands?
It's something.
Yum Brands
Yeah.
is what I'm talking about. They do this with KFC. They do this with Taco Bell.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know any
Pizza
of the
Hut.
Pizza Hut.
And they also own a hamburger or the Habit now.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Because that means they're going to take some stuff off of that menu. I don't go there very often, but my regular Taco Bell order always consists of chips and cheese.
Sure.
Wow.
That always has to be, that's always like the fries, you know, except when they have nacho fries. Let me tell you something. I got so mad. They said they were bringing back nacho fries permanently.
Mm-hmm.
This TikTok popped up in my algorithm, and this guy reviewing food or just sitting and eating. And he had some hot, fresh nacho fries that were so crunchy in this video.
Wow.
And I was like, let me just hit Postmates real quick. Didn't have them no more.
Mm-hmm.
Yum Brands. Yum fucking Brands.
I think Wild Brands, is that a podcast company that
Wild Brands?
Wild Brands maybe.
Wild Grains was.
Wild
Yeah,
Grains.
Wild Brands is a marketing company.
Okay.
Use code Doughboys at
Oh.
checkout. Doughboys 2024.
But usually I'll probably do something like a Crunchwrap Supreme,
Mhm.
order nachos, and maybe like one crunchy taco or something like that.
Okay.
Crunchy taco Supreme, something.
You know what I think we need? I think we need a TikToker to talk about us. Have the show take off a little bit more.
Weren't we on TikTok for a bit?
Yeah.
Still are. We post
We
every
still
day.
are. Okay.
Yeah. No one cares about us. I'm saying if a cool TikToker.
Oh, get someone, recruit somebody,
Yes.
get a ringer to talk about the dough. Like
I say we pull up to Barney's Beanery, just grab one of those kids in the car, take them over here.
Stand in front of video of our show going and look gesture over your shoulder. I learned about these two guys, the Doughboys.
Yeah.
Is that what? That's what happens, right?
These are
Yeah.
two real human beings.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it would help our show. Nacho fries I like a lot. I will order them if they're there. We've talked about this, Carl, that Yum Brands does. There was a new president of Yum Brands, wasn't that what it was? Or was it a president of Taco Bell?
They
that we
swapped
got
out
mad at?
the Taco Bell leadership.
Yeah.
And you know, look,
It's okay.
I think Taco Bell,
It's probably gotten better, but they did take away a lot of mainstays, which we were mad about.
They do, but they're bringing stuff. They're shifting stuff back. I don't know. I feel like they're pretty responsive to feedback. But they do the thing that's maddening, which is the false scarcity of like, here's this thing. There you go. It's going away. You know, and that's just like an overarching marketing strategy. I feel like for like all these companies these days. But yeah, Taco Bell is and Yum Brands are pretty nefarious about it.
Do y'all remember? I think this was the biggest like one that they did that was just maddening. Do y'all remember honey barbecue wings at KFC?
I do remember those. Yes.
That was probably the best thing they ever had on their menu. And they just don't do them anymore. Or if they do, it's a bad version of them.
Mm-hmm.
They also give you the barbecue sauce on the side, so it's like you can get wings and put the honey barbecue sauce on if you want. It was like, no. I remember those 2002 tossed honey barbecue wings.
Right.
And they just don't bring those back. And it's like, why do y'all take away stuff that everybody likes? Wouldn't y'all get more money?
KFC is the one to me that has. I used to think that as when I was younger, I was like, this is like above other chains. It's like with Boston Market, I was similar. It's like, this isn't like you don't put this on the fast food scale.
No,
this is like a little bit higher.
Mm-hmm.
And KFC was the same thing.
Now, I think KFC is a global brand. My understanding is that KFC in other countries, particularly in Asia, are like, is that. It is like a higher tier of fast food. But in America, I feel like it's declined a lot.
It has taken there was a time, controversially, there's a time where KFC was better than Popeyes.
Wow.
And that is just not true anymore.
No. I would choose Popeyes 100 times out of 100 over.
100%.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all have had Churches, right?
Yeah.
I
like Churches.
I like Churches.
Churches used to be very good too. I haven't had it in a long time because there's only like 3 locations in Los Angeles.
Right.
But that was like the Sunday meal. If my grandma didn't cook, we went to Churches and just got chicken and biscuits and stuff.
Churches has, I mean, like Popeyes and Churches to me has that thing of like, oh, I'm eating real fried chicken, where KFC just feels like manufactured whatever.
Yeah.
It's the Colonel. It's when the Colonel went down, it just everything changed. When did he die?
1982.
Yeah.
That was a long time ago. All right, let's
bring him back. Bring back a new Colonel. And we need a Colonel.
This is the thing. The Colonel, as a mascot for the brand, has never gone away. He's always been a part of their branding.
Will you fact check that? Is it 1982 or was it a little bit later than that?
I think there was but yeah, they've had like an animated version. They've had actors play him, obviously. Like, you know, they keep bringing him back in different ways.
It's just not the same. Yeah, I mean, Yum Brands is just Taco Bell's the best thing they got going.
100%. That's the thing.
1980.
You're close,
1980. Wow.
1980.
Really close. Yeah.
I know when everybody died, bro. Quiz me. Ask me when somebody died, bro.
Franklin Roosevelt.
Franklin Roosevelt, 1974.
I believe it. Damn, he was old.
1945.
Yeah.
He died in office.
Yeah.
Wilford Brimley.
Wilford Brimley? That's a good one. Still alive. No. What, 2003?
2003.
No,
It
because
was pretty recent.
was it like
Passed away.
2019 or something? Because he had the diabetes commercial, right?
Yeah, he did. for a
Yeah.
long time.
Yeah, so maybe like
2020.
2020. Yeah, I said 2019. That was my serious answer.
Did Wilford Brimley die of COVID? That's sad. Maybe
Herman
he just
Cain
died-
did.
Yeah. Yeah.
I got one for you. Doughboys podcast.
3005.
That's a real monkey's paw version of immortality.
You
We
will
have to-
never stop doing
Yeah,
this podcast.
yeah.
These micro crunches are, I don't know. Sus liked that one? I mean,
It was good. Everyone
Sus
liked
in
that
theory
one.
liked that one.
All right, we got to get to the tournament, but before we get into the
Sus
tournament,
nodding at me like my mom when I say a line well in an audition. Which I told you, I when I would do auditions with my mom, it was, I've said this on the podcast before, but she like, if I would like hit a line well, she'd go. And it was like so fucking distracting.
you have to film it on your own, and
Yes.
she's reading opposite
The
you.
rooms haven't come back, which is insane.
You-
I did.
yeah.
I did my first in-person audition a
Wow.
couple weeks ago. Bombed that motherfucker. Not getting
doesn't
that part.
seem
That's
possible.
great though.
Oh shit!
You have to go in
it's
person.
possible. I got to go in person.
But here's the thing: you bombed it. You walk out of there. I don't have to fucking deal with this anymore. It's
Right.
over.
Exactly. You don't have to be like, man, let me just do one more take. And I gotta watch it. I fucked that up.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
I went in, got to do the one time, and they're like, great, thanks. And I go, fuck. I would love to have done that one more time, but also it feels good to be back in the room.
That's huge.
Yeah.
I love it. We're back in the room.
We sure are.
You're saying the casting can't get back in the room. We can get back in the room.
Podcast is back in the room, and the energy is electric because it's the Tournament of Champions. And you know what? Before we get into the tournament action,
You know what? You know who they should put back in the room? Brie Larson, room 2. Room 2, back to the room. What do you think of that?
you think it's the same room?
Same room.
She left her keys.
She left her keys, and she goes in to get the keys, and then the door shuts behind her. Oh shit! I'm back in the room.
Fuck.
Fuck.
Those keys only work outside the door.
All right, there's this bad guy. The room is bad. I forgot. Like being in the room is not.
I've never
good.
seen the movie, so I don't know. I'm thinking Saw.
I think you can integrate Jigsaw into the franchise.
I think
It's
Jigsaw
kind of a
could definitely be
crossover.
a part of the room franchise.
The Room X Saw sort of thing.
Yeah.
Sure, why not?
There was. Yeah. Oh, I forgot how how does Jigsaw talk?
There's a bomb attached.
That's.
Do not tamper with it.
Jigsaw's fucking twisted. All right, before we get into the tournament action, let's hear a recap of Tuesday's unsanctioned Royal Rumblies match from our ad
Take
chat.
Just take it back.
What do you mean take it back?
That Jigsaw is twisted.
No, he's twisted.
He went through a lot. I don't know if you know the lore of Jigsaw.
Yeah, I know. I know the lore of Jigsaw.
Okay.
I know that he was dealing with some health issues. I know he was dealing with our, bad healthcare system.
And you call that
It's
twisted?
terrible sciatica. I'm riding that tiny tricycle. It's like,
The doctor prescribed him a big bike.
what if Jigsaw was riding around on just a 10 speed?
He's going.
Got one of those old timey bikes with a big wheel in the front. He's happy now.
Just take it back. We can continue.
I'm not going to take it back. I'm going to stand by that.
Fine. Fuck it.
I think the Redditors are going to stand for it if I'm like, Jigsaw was okay. I understand what Jigsaw was going through. They're going to jump down my throat.
That's a good point. All right, fine. Go ahead. Keep
I'm
going.
going to say I should be in a reverse bear trap, see what it feels like. I don't want to do that to myself. Do you think you could handle that reverse bear trap?
So what is there a food aspect to it? There's the there's a bear trap on your face, right?
Yeah.
And there's no food.
There's not a food.
Okay, all
aspect
right.
of
Yeah,
it,
I could deal with it.
What, are you worried if there was food?
Yeah, maybe we would set it off.
All right, before we get into the tournament action, let's hear a recap of Tuesday's unsanctioned Royal Rumblies match from our ad chad, the thrill kill, Killian Walsh. Take it away, Killian.
Thanks, boys, Doughboys. This past Tuesday on the Doughboys double, Jen D'Angelo joined for Evan Saucer's Sauce Boss to crown one Taco Bell sauce as Sauce Queen. After much spirited discussion, plus Jen repeatedly windmill dunking all over both Doughboys, a consensus emerged. For the Miami Vice Award, a joke Weiger said that made sense and that people liked, Nacho Cheese was the winner of Best Tubs. And in the packet bracket, mild was too mild, fire wasn't fire, and Diablo was as busted as Diablo 3 at launch, meaning hot has triumphed as Sauce Queen. Also, Jen introduced the Sour Cream of the Crop Award for the funniest plausible winner of each individual matchup. Funniest in Doughboys? Weird combo. But that's just how topsy-turvy the tournament can be. One thing's for certain, Munch Madness will be more entertaining than this year's election. Biden, Trump, those guys are older than the grumpier old men. Burgess Meredith, back to you in sunny, condescension-free California for more sizzling, saucy matchups, hot off the skillet.
Wow.
Wow, thanks, Killian.
Did we let him listen to the episode, or did you just tell him
He has
everything?
he has some intel.
Okay.
Wow, Hot Sauce Packet wins Evan Saucer's Sauce Boss and is crowned Sauce Queen. Thanks, Killian, and congrats to Hot Sauce Packet, which will be the exclusive sauce for this month's tournament.
Wow.
For listeners.
I like it.
Also, Jen D'Angelo texted us after the record to apologize for being too mean.
That's fine. She wasn't. I told her she wasn't too mean.
It was fun. It was funny that she apologized.
Yeah,
though.
it was good. It was good.
All right, as the tournament proceeds, let's welcome him
Killian,
in here.
you're doing a great job.
Killian's doing great. We love Killian.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome him in here. The commissioner of the Doughboys Tournament of Champions, Evan Susser.
Susser is here?
Susser's here.
Susser's here.
What?
Okay, his walk-in music now stinks.
Entering to a new royalty-free theme.
He has on
complies
jeans,
with-
very informal.
Look, we're just gonna get right into it. I had my full
Suits in a
suit.
jeans. Okay.
I had my full suit.
Yeah.
I arrived, I put it on, and I discovered there was a small hole in the crotch. I considered doing the appearance with the hole in the crotch, but we're on video now.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, they're going to be showing this episode at the Tiki Theater. So, for the sake of decency, I've adjusted the jeans. I will remedy the situation by the live finale.
This is like Roger Goodell during the pandemic draft. where he's in his like man cave basement with a big tub of M&Ms next to him. Calling the names of NFL prospects.
Comfy bottom, comfy jeans on. Yeah. Top looking nice, though. Sus, we appreciate any effort for the show, I guess.
Yeah, thanks for coming out, Sus.
You're welcome. Welcome to For Whom the Bell Does, Munch Madness 2024. Tournament of Chompions IX.
Wow.
Quiero Talk-O Bell.
Gonna take that again?
I feel good about it.
Okay.
It is my honor to serve as commissioner of this tournament, and I will now announce the rules for this year's tournament, after which I will open the floor for questions. There are 9 of them.
Mexico just split itself off from North America after they heard Quiera. Wags,
rule number 1.
Wags, I don't know how you feel about this.
Yeah.
You should have came out to MJF's song. I don't know what you're doing. It was royalty free.
It's royalty free. MJF's song isn't.
Yes, it is.
It is? It's public
Is
domain?
that what you were saying?
There's
One
no
of the
copyright?
Yes,
that
you
I
didn't
said?
understand what I was saying.
No.
One of the lists of royalty-free songs was MJF's theme.
Oh, let's change it in post.
Okay, I'll change it.
Michael Jackson, fuck.
But let-
Michael Jackson, fuck. Michael Jackson, fuck.
I'm just gonna loop that.
Okay.
Also, before you swap it out, look that up.
No. It's fine.
It's 100%.
I believe you. Just
Rule number
check it
1. Everyone is here.
Everyone is here.
This is a comprehensive Taco Bell tournament, and that means every single item on the menu is to be considered for this tournament. That means drinks are out of the stink. Sides are off the sidelines.
Wow.
Rule 2. We're spicing up the night, not the morning. Breakfast items are excluded from the tournament. This is a revision to rule number 1 that potentially implied that every item on the menu would be considered.
Okay.
Rule 3. Is a Pepsi okay? Barely. This tournament will consider drinks exclusive to Taco Bell, not every single soda or beverage offered.
Wow.
The one exception is Pepsi, as Pepsi is a flagship drink of Yum Brands previously owned by PepsiCo. It will be considered in the tournament.
Wow, Pepsi is in.
Pepsi is in.
And that's very relevant for today.
Addendum to the rule. Within weeks of the tournament being announced, it seems that Baja Blast may now also be offered in grocery stores, but Baja Blast is, of course, going to be considered because that would be crazy.
100%.
Okay. 4.
Are you all right?
Yum, yum, yum.
I already answered that.
Speaking of Yum Brands, and taking into account the great tradition of combination Taco Bells, there will be a Yum Brands all-star category in this tournament. The category will include Pizza Hut, KFC chicken, and more. That one I'm going to take again. Yum, yum, yum.
Was that stool a little too high? What's going on?
Struggling with Quiero is one thing, but I know you've said the word yum many times.
Yum, yum, yum. There will be a Yum Brand All-Stars category. Rule 5.
Wow, Yum Brands All-Star, that must include KFC, Pizza Hut, and the aforementioned Habit.
It does. Rule 5. Don't veg out, veg in.
Yeah.
Wow.
Any meat or veggie protein is valid on any item. In full disclosure, I will admit I do not like this rule. I believe beef and chicken and so on should have been evaluated separately, but the tournament steering committee insisted on it.
Susser's gesturing over his shoulder towards me.
That's the rule.
I also have an issue with that line. Don't veg out, veg
He wrote it too.
in.
I don't like it.
I didn't say it had to be in there. It was one
must
pitch.
Be this.
It was a pitch. I just
we
threw out
know
our
how
text thread.
Weiger gets when he doesn't get his way.
Hold on.
6. If it's seasonable, it's unreasonable. This tournament will be the Taco Bell menu as constituted February 1st, 2024. Any new seasonal items that have been or will be introduced since then are not eligible.
I think I'm a generous collaborator. I take everyone's ideas.
Rule
I integrate
7.
everyone's notes. I'm open to feedback.
Don't be mad at me. I didn't even say it. The line was weird, though. Don't veg out,
I don't
veg
think it was a
in.
great line. It was a first pitch. I didn't expect it to fucking go into the shooting script. I thought it was just an idea I was just throwing out there.
Rule
Let's punch
7.
it up real quick. Okay.
The spice is not right. Oh, that was a great delivery. Should I take it again?
No, it was good.
Rule 7, the spice is not right.
We're laughing now, like an hour when we're putting Sus into an ambulance.
The Evan Saucer Sauce Boss competition was unsanctioned, and there can be no tournament ramifications based on the results. Guests, Mitch and Nick can use any sauce they desire in the tournament.
Wow.
Listeners, unfortunately, must abide by the results of the match and can only use hot sauce.
Wow, listeners, you heard it from the commissioner. You are only allowed to use hot sauce this month.
Rule 8.
To be clear, that means the hot sauce packet from Taco Bell, not hot sauce in general. It's the name of the packet.
Rule 8.
Our listeners probably know that.
Rule 8.
Let him keep talking.
Rule 8. I have a cream. For each group stage.
I'm glad we got I Have a Cream in before Black History Month ended on this leap day. We got one extra day to get I Have a Cream in.
I thought that was good.
Yeah. No one's
the
worried
ghost
about
of Martin Luther King nodding.
All right.
no one's worried about veg in, veg out anymore.
Change that.
Safe.
Change veg in, veg out to by any beans necessary.
Rule 5, by any beans necessary. You can use any meat or veggie protein on any item. Rule 8, I have a cream.
Okay,
For
perfect.
each group stage, the selection committee may, but are not required, to pick a sour cream of the crop winner for funniest plausible winner of a round. This rule was established by Jen D'Angelo in the Royal Rumblies match and is a revision of the previous rule that there are no ramifications from that event.
Yeah, this came about for people who haven't heard the Doughboys Double. You can get that and our entire back catalog at patreon.com/Doughboys. But people who haven't heard the double, Jen observed that if we chose sour cream as the best sauce, that would be a funny outcome. And it could win, but it doesn't really deserve to win. So if there's a category where we're like, there could be a funny winner here that maybe doesn't actually win, but we just want to say it would be funny if it would win, we could give it the sour cream of the crop award.
So this is just a category that's kind of fun for us.
It's kind of fun.
It's just kind of fun.
It's just kind of fun.
I disagree with Jen on this, and I'll tell you why later.
Wow, I love this.
Rule 9, for the end of the list, a twist.
Oh.
This year, I, Commissioner Evan Susser, am invoking the right to use 3 commissioner twists whenever I see fit to increase the excitement of this otherwise tired food tournament format.
Wow.
Those are the rules. I will now open the floor to questions and compliments.
First off, I thought it was you did a great job with the rules, Susser. Thank you very much for helping us out. Always love having you as the commissioner. Wouldn't be the tournament without you. Wouldn't be the podcast without you.
I don't have a lot of compliments, but I do have a question, I guess.
Yes.
When are you going to use your first twist?
You know, that's a great question. That's part of the fun of the twist is you do not know when they will happen, how they will happen, and what they will be.
All right, question 2.
Yeah.
Everything okay?
You know, it's been a tough day. The pants thing really threw me.
Yeah.
My back was also hurting.
Yeah.
If it was any other day, I would tell you guys, hey, I'm out today.
Wow.
But you know what? I thought that
powered through.
I'm not going to disappoint the Doughboys. I got to be here for the opening of the tournament.
Wow.
God bless you. Thanks for doing that.
Thanks
Susser,
for doing it, Sus.
I do have a question.
Yes.
Now it also makes me think like there's, like you're going through some shit, but it also you're fine, right? Nothing's going on.
Yeah, you're doing great.
Yeah. Fuck
just
you,
a little
then.
frazzled.
You're trying to make it seem like poor Sus. You ripped your pants?
I ripped my pants and my back hurts. That's it.
That's fucking bullshit.
I ripped my pants. I ripped my pants once. I was me and Neil Campbell and Paul Rust were doing a show for San Francisco Sketch Fest. It was their sketch show.
Was this last day? Oh, okay.
This was their sketch show, Growing Up is Tough, and I was the third guy in it.
Yeah.
I came in and played the supporting parts with the two of them, and one of the parts I played was this character, the Grither, who was a monster who wore a Wolfman mask and a full suit. And so they just talk about the Grither the whole show, and then eventually the Grither shows up. They say Grither enough times, and they get scared. And so I have this bit, and it's a high stage. And I'm wearing this suit that I've gotten a little too fat for. But it's also whatever, it doesn't have to look like the best suit. Step onto the high stage. So bring my one foot above my other knee, step up, push myself up, and as I push myself up, blows out the crotch of my pants. This is my entrance.
Wow.
There's the Grither is here. I step up, pants, crotch explodes, and I go out there
and you're famously commando.
Well, so here's the thing. It always would get a laugh when I got out there because they were like, haha, it's it looks funny and it's like this monster they've been talking about. But I got out there and fucking crushed. People were like, ah, laughing so hard. And then Neil and Paul also, who are they will break in a scene. We're laughing so hard. And what I feel is I'm just feeling wind. I'm just feeling the air conditioning coming on my bare skin. And so I'm I feel like my dick and balls are just out and everyone is looking at them. 500 people are looking at them. I found out later that it my boxer shorts, my boxer briefs were intact. But to me, I just did the whole scene thinking everyone was looking at my dick and balls. And Neil and Paul keep breaking out of the sketch to make fun of my crotch being exploded. It was really embarrassing. Yeah.
I mean, size-wise, that thing should be on the Sphere. It's a big boy.
Speaking of the Sphere, our friend Joe Saunders is going to see the Grateful Dead at the Sphere.
Oh, yeah.
And I like Carl. I want to get to that Sphere. And
I wanna
I'm
get to the Sphere.
I'm
I wanna get to
almost
the Sphere.
willing to go wherever. So Joe mentioned it, and he's going with some other people we know. I'm like, oh, that sounds fun. I'd maybe come. And he's like, I'm like, okay, not invited. I guess.
Oh,
wow.
Private event. Anyway, go on.
That's a real power move.
Man, Saunders. Maybe he's going with the bread crew or something.
Yeah,
like that.
probably.
The Sphere also, like, it comes from, in part, from this very onerous individual, the owner of the New York Knicks, James Dolan, who's just like a legendary piece of shit. So you want to not like it, but then you're like, it does look fucking cool. And like Carlson went and was like, it's great.
Yeah.
So I do want to go to the Sphere.
It seems good. We gotta go and do a show there.
I just like it's like a future. What did you say? We're gonna do a show there? It's not gonna happen.
No.
Cool. What percentage of the Sphere could we fill up? I'd say.
I don't know the capacity, but I think
1/30th maybe.
Yeah, I feel like we could maybe get to 5%. I don't know what the capacity is, but you'd also have to charge like really high prices. But also, I think we have enough like insane fans that would pay a vastly inflated ticket price.
Fans, sound off on the Reddit. Would you pay $7,000 to see us talk about Las Vegas food chain? I don't know, In and Out.
We could do what's the horny ones we haven't done yet? We haven't done
we haven't done like Tilted Kilt. There's
Yeah.
another one that's got like a Twin Peaks. That's the one where the biker shootout was.
Mhm.
We've done Hooters, but we could revisit Hooters.
We haven't done the horny chains.
We thought about doing a horny chain month.
Yeah.
Maybe we will.
Yeah.
This might be the year for it. Susser, I actually do have a question for you.
Go ahead.
As one of the writers behind the Universal Orlando Resort attraction Illumination's Villain Con Minion Blast, can you confirm or deny the rumor that in Despicable Me 4, there will be a joke about Minion Otto having a bandana snuck in his braces?
Wow. I see that you've made an adjustment. For years, you would ask me about Sonic.
That's right.
The Hedgehog, which I wrote the first draft of that movie, but then was unceremoniously removed from the project.
We were proud of you still.
Yeah, still cool.
And you continued to ask about it, even though it was a sore spot. So now you have, after I called you out on the air for that behavior,
right,
you've adjusted it to asking about the Minions, which is nice, which is, I've recently done a project with Minions, so I appreciate the adjustment. But I still kind of feel like doing this joke is a reference to the previous thing that made me upset. So I'm still pretty annoyed that you've done this. But all that said, I'm not at liberty to say about the banana and the braces.
Okay.
I got a question.
That said, I do actually. Go on.
Oh no, you go finish your thought.
No, I just I do have a follow-up question.
Oh boy. Okay, what is it?
Can you confirm the rumored Minion Sonic the Hedgehog crossover where Stuart rides Big the Cat?
Not at liberty to say.
I have a question.
Yeah.
When you were naming these food items, were you like, I need to taste them to like?
I actually did get to taste them.
Yeah.
And I would ask. Them
around the time you got to like when you were like, can I taste the food products? Is that close to when Universal almost got sold?
When they went out of business. Theme parks have been a boom business, and then all of a sudden there's a huge drop off in their profits. No, I would ask them to really describe the food in detail, and then they would say, "Oh, we're hearing some drooling on your end."
The food is very good.
It's very good in Orlando. Yeah. I highly recommend everyone check it out. Minion Cafe.
I like that big donut Homer has. I like Homer's
it is
big
fun.
Donut. The big donut is
here.
fun.
It's you think it's not going to taste like anything, but it's actually not bad.
Mm-hmm.
You got a Universal spot for food. When's the last time you went to the park?
Man, Doc Brown's chicken.
Doc Brown's chicken was great.
It is good. Yeah, now it's Cletus's chicken.
Yeah. It changed to Cletus's chicken. Yeah.
I have not been to the Universal theme park since I was in high school. Maybe sophomore year, maybe 2000.
Carl, we gotta go to Universal and then the Sphere.
I agree.
So I famously don't like attractions.
That might be hard then.
I won't, but I'll go.
Yeah.
I'll do the studio tour like all day.
Mm-hmm. Studio tour is
I'm
fine.
probably not getting on anything else.
Do you get motion sick? Do you get like panicky?
Just fear. Just straight fear.
I used to get that. I used to get anxiety on roller coasters.
Yeah. I don't like the feeling. I don't like the G-force, the adrenaline. I don't like that feeling. I don't like drops. I have the scariest ride I've been on in my life is Jurassic Park because it comes with that drop at the end at Universal. My mom was a studio tour guide when I was younger.
Wow.
So we'd go. I would get to take a friend like every weekend, and she would sneak us in. Like we would walk in with her in the employee entrance when security was a bit more lax.
It used to be so easy to sneak onto Universal. It was great. If you had any sort of
You had a
meeting
job
at Universal,
there,
you just
could go into the park.
walk into the park. It was great.
Is it hard now?
People get in trouble.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you had a drive on or something, you could just sneak into the park, and it was even for like Universal Horror Nights, you could get in for whatever. That's sad.
There's so much needless security everywhere. There's so much security theater, and I think it's just sort of like, who gives a shit if someone sneaks in there? It's fucking fine.
There's a new ride. Have you gone on the new Jigsaw ride? You race like Jigsaw's on a bike, and you race them around a track. It's really
crazy.
Yeah.
And then you get to the end. It says you escaped the room.
And there's an animatronic Brie Larson waving
she's
goodbye
waving
to
at
you.
you. She says your name like E.T.
But are there any questions about the tournament? And
Here's a
about the
bear
rules?
trap. Sitting between Gabrus and I on one of those rides.
Jen D'Angelo's rule.
Yes.
Shout out Jen D'Angelo, very good friend.
She's great. We love D'Angelo.
We love D'Angelo. So can we enhance our food with sour cream?
Yes.
Okay.
I understand why this could be confusing because
Actually, no, you can't.
Well, nacho cheese and sour cream
Yes.
both were. Well, nacho cheese won the Tubbs division.
Yes.
So I think nacho cheese is allowed if you want to do a little dunk, but I think you could get sour cream. But also, I think with items, I think here in the taco
the
stage.
Spice is Right says that you can do whatever you want if you're a guest or.
Oh, right. Yes, okay.
Yeah,
So
the
that
Spice is not
overrides
right.
everything.
The Spice is not right.
Okay, right.
But Jen D'Angelo's rule is it's I have a cream. And that you can
How could we
pick
forget?
a sour cream of the crop winner.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it can't be sour cream.
Well, it already was sour cream.
Was.
Sour
Okay.
cream established the precedent among Sauce Boss.
Gotcha,
So now
gotcha,
for
gotcha.
tacos or for drinks, if we want to name a funny one, we can do it.
Okay, I take back my disagreement.
Should we do a stop down and we can review the rules and then start back up, or we feel good?
Yeah, why don't we stop down for a bit, and we'll be right back with more Doughboys. This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. Mitch, what's the first thing you'd do if you had an extra hour in your day?
Well, I probably can't answer that in this ad read. But if I had an extra hour every day, I'd probably try to get exercise in because I'm always pushing it to the last hour.
Yeah, 100%. I'd like to read more. Well, a lot of us spend our lives wishing we had more time. The question is, time for what? If time was unlimited, how would you use it?
The best way to squeeze that special thing into your schedule is to know what's important to you and make it a priority.
Therapy can help you find what matters to you so you can do more of it.
Wags, I've benefited from therapy over the years.
Me too.
Anytime I do it, anytime I'm in therapy, I feel better. It feels like I'm working out my brain. I'm going to the gym for my mind. I'm getting the gunk out. I'm sweating the gunk out. How do you feel? You feel the same way?
Hey, you know what? It's helped me a lot. It's helped a lot of people I love, including you, buddy. And it's helpful for learning positive coping skills, how to set boundaries, empowers you to be the best version of yourself. And it isn't just for those who've experienced major trauma. It can help everybody.
Mm-hmm. So if you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists at any time for no additional charge.
Learn to make time for what makes you happy with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/Doughboys today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/Doughboys.
Do it.
Mitch, do you ever feel like money is just flying out of your account and you have no idea where it's going?
I do, and you know where it's usually going? Dave Thomas's pockets.
Well, I know where mine is going. It's all those subscriptions. Think about it. Between streaming services, fitness apps, delivery services, parenting apps, it's endless.
Wendy's monthly.
I'm guilty of this. You're guilty of this. So we use Rocket Money to help us find out what subscriptions we're actually spending money on. And for me, it was eye-opening, and I had them cancel the ones I didn't want anymore.
And that includes Doughboys Patreon.
Yeah, immediately.
Rocket Money is a personal finance app that finds and cancels your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps lower your bills.
I can see all of my subscriptions in one place, and if I see something I don't want, I can cancel it with a tap. I never have to get on the phone with customer service.
But also, Rocket Money even tries to get you a refund of the last couple months of wasted money and negotiate to lower your bills for you by up to 20%. All you have to do is take a picture of your bill and Rocket Money takes care of the rest.
Rocket Money has over 5 million users and helped save its members an average of $720 a year with over $500 million in canceled subscriptions. Wow.
Wow. Stop wasting money on things you don't use. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions by going to rocketmoney.com/doughboys. That's rocketmoney.com/doughboys.
rocketmoney.com/doughboys. Okay, we're back. We've gone over the rules extensively. We all feel, I feel like 70% on the rules. I feel good enough to get into it.
I like that the listeners have to use just Hot Packets and no other sauce.
I think it's a good rule.
I think it's a good rule.
And we'll be enforcing it.
Mhm.
Yes.
We're going to be the fucking internet cops for this one. So we post a photo of fire sauce, Diablo sauce, mild sauce.
Tournament over.
That's it.
Show over. So send us your pictures along with your left tit.
I just
feel bad that we left out the right tit so much throughout this.
Yeah.
But that's how it goes.
That's how it goes.
Yeah.
The right tit voted for Trump.
I had a Casey is laughing very hard.
Casey found the picture.
Of the hog?
So we need to give a little bit of context here.
Casey, put it up on the big screen.
So we guested on Casey's great podcast, The Pit Wall, and we, in the course of this podcast, which came out last week as of this episode's release, we were talking about a scandal involving, what's the name of the guy?
Christian Horner,
and
the
he's
Red Bull principal.
Okay, so yeah, he's kind of, and if you don't know F1, the principal is kind of like the team manager, not a driver. He's just kind of in charge of everything administratively.
So like a commissioner.
Kind of like a commissioner. That's a good way to think about it. So he had a scandal, but the details were nebulous. And while we're recording this episode, today's episode, the texts have leaked.
Yes.
And included in the leaks are a hog pic.
There's a hog pic.
Yeah.
Wow.
Would you like to see it?
I say yes. I mean, I guess we have to ask our guests. Do you care about seeing the hog pic?
This will not go on the YouTube video.
No.
That will ruin us.
I mean, you really want to see this dude?
Why don't you?
We're interested.
We can go over to Casey's screen and look real quick.
That's a good point.
Okay. Why don't we're going to walk over and look at Casey's screen.
How's it going, Carl?
Going all right, man. Well, I mean, now I'm having FOMO.
Wow.
Oh, I can see it from here.
Oh, shit.
Wow.
Show that on camera.
Yeah, show it to the camera. Just a normal day at work.
That thing's in
Mitch and
that thing's
Weiger
in
have
soft focus, so to speak.
It looks like my thumb after I eat fried chicken.
Yeah.
It's like a wet. It's disgusting looking.
It looks like he had like what's the biggest like kind of hog-like object I have, and if I make the photo blurry enough, I can pass it off as my big hog.
Yeah.
It doesn't actually look like a hog.
I didn't think it was.
I didn't think it was
hog.
big either.
Yeah,
I think that no.
Yeah.
You have it next to a can of tennis balls.
You get a golf pencil, but then say in the text that's a regular size pencil. Classic move.
Wow.
Yeah.
Breaking choose. We went and looked at the hog.
We looked at the hog. What do you want from us?
It was. Carl was like, "You guys really want to do that?" It just made me feel like a loser. Anyway, back to the tournament.
To the tournament. During the break, I was like, I did a bad job telling that crotch pants story.
I thought it was good.
Okay. Well, but I think I didn't focus on the key detail, which is I couldn't see myself because I had a full face wolf mask, so my visibility was really bad. I need to lead with that because that's how I didn't know if my dick was out.
Yeah. You would have known if your dick. There would have been cries and people would have been leaving the building. Sus, you point out that I said tip my cap instead of tip my hand.
Yeah, that's another one.
And I made a mistake. What was the mistake? Condensation. I said
that was last week.
Yeah. Whatever.
We already covered that. It's fine. That was a fun moment.
What do you want from me? I'm doing the tournament. We're trying our fucking best.
We're doing our best. Susser, I think we're all square. I know you need to get out of here, but thank you so much for being here. Always great to.
No.
And we know you got to go. So
please.
Guys, have a great tournament. I'll be checking in throughout. You never know when I'm going to pop up and be lingering in the background for 40 minutes before delivering us Commissioner Cinnamon Twist. But have a great tournament, and I will, if nothing else, see you at the live finale.
Before you go, yes, you will be at our live finale at Dynasty Typewriter. That is on Tuesday, March 26th. So check that out. Tickets may still be available as of this episode's release. I don't know. Well, we're going to find out.
They definitely are for the live stream.
Yeah, and yes, and you can get it as part of the live stream. Check out the live stream if you can't be here in Los Angeles. That will also
pay-per-chew event.
There's a pay-per-chew event. Thank you for getting that verbiage.
Wow.
So check that out.
Thank you,
Susser
Sus.
will
We
be
love
joining
you.
us.
Great to be here. Play the copyright-free music that probably is actually going to get us in trouble.
It's MJF.
Bye.
Evan Susser.
Bye, Sus. Wow.
People gonna get mad at us for looking at the hog. I was just thinking that.
Why the fuck would they get mad at us for looking at the hog?
He didn't give us we wouldn't give us permission to look at his hog.
A hog's online. I'm gonna look at it.
Did you look at Drake's?
I did see Drake's. That was a hog.
I heard he had a good one. I didn't see it.
I didn't look at it.
Oh, I saw in the tweets. I didn't see the video, but in the tweets they saw captions, and you could see the blurred out. It was a lot.
My favorite is still Lenny Kravitz. Hey, that was what happened to me.
Kind of what happened to you. I was gonna say that was what happened when he did a split on stage or did a dip, and his whole meat came out.
And it's so funny how it flops out. It's just
yeah.
And he looks cool as hell.
Looks like it has video game physics. It just sort of flops out of there. It's great.
What video games are you playing?
Playing some video games.
Going on in fucking Baldur's Gate.
Oh, there's some hogs in Baldur's Gate.
Is there really?
Oh my God, big time.
Dear Lord.
How did this get played?
Taco Bell is our most reviewed chain on the podcast. It is the winner of Munch Madness 2019, the Tournament of Champions Mouth of the Border. Carl joined to review Taco Bell with Christine Nangle on Taco Bell 5. It is currently outside of the Platinum Plate Club despite being in it for many years because Samoa Joe gave it 3 forks on Taco Bell 8.
Not gonna argue with Samoa Joe.
Not gonna argue with Samoa Joe. Yeah, of course, it's his opinion. And today we are determining the 2 top items of 2 Goop stages, the Taco Group and the Drinks Group, or Drinks Taco Goop and Drinks Goop. So we're gonna pick the top 2 of each of these categories. Wow. Here in For Whom the Bell Dosed, Munch Madness 2024, the Tournament of Chompions IX, Quiero Talk-O Bell. Taco Goop consists of double stack taco, soft taco supreme, spicy potato soft taco, crunchy taco supreme, nacho cheese Doritos Locos taco, and nacho cheese Doritos Locos supreme. So that is 8 items. The Drinks Group consists of Brisk Sparkling Dragon Paradise Iced Tea, Double Berry Freeze, Wild Strawberry Freeze, Blue Raspberry Freeze, Mountain Dew Baja Blast Freeze, Pepsi, Mountain Dew Baja Blast, Zero Sugar, Brisk Mango Fiesta, Dole Lemonade Strawberry Squeeze, Hot Cinnabon Delights Coffee, and Iced Cinnabon Delights Coffee. So that is 12 items. We're picking the top 2 of each.
Oh, boy. Well,
I feel like we start with drinks. Because I feel like tacos are the main event. I think we should start with drinks.
I went to Taco Bell in Glendale last night. I ordered on the app, and it was the different one in Glendale. Huge pain in the ass. But I got 7 of the drinks, and I felt so bad doing that.
Yeah.
And then today when I could just retest them. But it was good to have a base of the 7 that I tried.
How often do y'all get one of the Taco Bell specific drinks?
Every time.
Every time I go to Taco Bell, I get the same drink, and that is always Mountain Dew Baja Blast.
It's a great drink.
It's a great drink,
and it's also
I love to hear that. That's good news. I mean, come on, it's to what Coke is to McDonald's, it is to Taco Bell.
You know what's crazy though? On the app, they don't give you Baja Blast regular. You can only get Zero Sugar on Postmates.
That's fascinating.
And it's tripped me out every time. That might not be the full truth, but every time I've ordered from Postmates, I feel bad getting Taco Bell on Postmates.
Yeah, sure.
I'm like, you should get your ass up and go to the fuck. If you want Taco Bell that bad,
right,
you should get your ass up and go to Taco Bell.
But you know what's funny is that I usually don't get Taco Bell on Postmates either. But it's that thing of that I feel like Postmate people usually get it because I think it's fast.
It's 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's 10. They get it to you very quickly. Yeah. And then so it's usually pretty hot and it's pretty good, especially if you do that priority or something like that. But I usually don't order any fast food chain like that on Postmates. I usually do like a restaurant, which is maybe worse because they take a percentage from the restaurant, right? Whatever. Delivery apps are not good.
Yeah.
We all know that.
Some of the apps are worse than others.
Yes.
I forget which one, if it's DoorDash or Chow Now, but one of those is like the fairest to the restaurants.
One app that's not bad is that Taco Bell app is I'd say
Great
up
app.
there as far as
Fantastic app.
And when you order, it goes ding.
Love
which is
that.
kind of
Love
fun.
the sound. A lot of fun.
I got the 7 drinks last night. I got all of the tacos. I asked you beforehand.
Yeah.
I said, "Did you eat every taco?" And the answer was, "Yes, you did. I ate every taco.
I ate all 8 tacos in their entirety. It was an early dinner for me. And because of a little snafu, which we'll talk about, I ended up eating 11 tacos in total, or 11 menu items in total.
Wow, what are you talking about? What is the snafu?
I'll just say it right now. Double stack taco, soft taco supreme, spicy potato soft taco, crunchy taco supreme, nacho cheese Doritos Locos taco. But the nacho cheese Doritos Locos taco supreme was instead a chalupa. So one item in my order was wrong. Now I am looking through my order and I decide before I take any action, I go back and I look at what I put in the app. And you know what? User error. It was a skill issue. I accidentally ordered the chalupa.
Interesting.
So I decided I should go back to Taco Bell. I went back.
Error. Oops, I ordered a chalupa.
Oh, no,
what the fuck are you talking about? Yeah.
I went back to Taco Bell and I got another.
By the way, before you took any action, sounds pretty scary if you ask me. Before you go back and take any action.
No, I mean, like, it was just like, fuck, do I go back and say they did something, they got my order wrong, can I get another one? I was like, no, I made the mistake. I'll go ahead and order another one.
You would have looked like a real Karen if you...
I would have, and my receipt is wrong. And so I was like, oh, that's an asshole move. But anyway, so I ate everything, and then I went back and I made a separate trip, got another nacho cheese Doritos Locos taco as a control and a supreme to compare, and then I also got the chicken the chicken crispinata, which is not a part of the competition, but I just wanted to try it.
I got that one day too, and I wanted to try it. What did you think of it?
I liked it.
Yeah,
I liked the texture a lot. It was very cheesy.
I liked it, but it sounds like you didn't like it.
You know what? The crisp of the crispinata.
Mm-hmm. I know what you're gonna say.
It was too crispy.
It's almost dessert like.
That's what I was like. I want that. I want apple pie filling inside of it.
Yeah.
I don't want it. I don't want it to be savory.
And it's not really. Yeah, it is close to an empanada, but I mean it's a fast food empanada. It feels like they were using dessert casing or something. It's like they had that chemical or whatever that
wax.
Yeah, they had that setup, and then they put chicken in there. I liked it. The chicken is good, and the dipping sauce. I mean, it works still, but it feels a little bit desserty. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I agree, but that's a discussion for another day. Here's what I will. Oh wait, but we're not supposed to talk about the tacos. We're talking about the drinks first.
Yes.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. The drinks. Here's what I will say. A lot of these were new to me. I do love Baja Blast.
Yeah.
And I think the Baja Blast Zero is pretty good as zeros go.
Baja Blast Zero is probably the one that I'm ordering maybe the most.
Yeah,
because
sure.
I'm trying to be
better when you eat.
Yeah, that's one small change you can make. And I feel like the zero drinks have gotten really, really good these days as kind of these sciencey simulacrums of the full sugar versions. Most of these items were new to me. Most of these were things that I never get. And I will say my top two, it was solely up to me, were both things that I had for the first time today.
Whoa, what the fuck?
I really, really was struck by a couple of these.
Ooh, I don't like the sound of that because I know that you've tried some of this in my top 5 or whatever.
Yeah.
I think all the ones that I had tried.
Well, there definitely are some legacy ones there, and one I will say made in my top 5. Pepsi. That Pepsi was hitting.
Pepsi was
Great
good
Pepsi.
today.
Mm-hmm.
Good
Pepsi day.
My two are definitely ones that I've had before, but I can be swayed or convinced to like one other thing. I was surprised at how much I didn't like, and I think it was because of the sweetness factor.
Interesting.
Because I like sweet shit. I'm a sweet guy. My last name may be Tart, but I'm sweet.
Really good.
So I didn't.
Last name may be Mitchell. Oh fuck, there's nothing that really works.
My last name may be Mitchell, but I looked at the hog.
It felt like a big to-do. Wags got up to go look at it.
We talked
That was
about
your
it on the
fucking leap
podcast.
day. You leaped up quick. You had a fucking look at that hog. Seems like he's a piece of shit. I think we'll be okay.
I think he's a bad man.
Yeah. Poor Ginger Spice.
I know. Who he's married to, right?
He's married to Ginger Spice. Yeah. I going into this, what I thought would be my top two, I think remained my top two.
Interesting. I mean, there are about a half dozen of these that I would be totally fine winning.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's a bunch of these where I'm like, yeah, that's a totally valid winner. And maybe it makes more sense for something that's a little bit more iconic to be there, to be there at the end to emerge from this group.
I think you know what we should do.
Yeah.
I mean, let's all just say our bottom, our last place. Right?
I will say my last place one, and this was a sweetness thing.
What do we say it at the same time?
Okay.
One, two, three.
Iced
Old
coffee.
lemonade strawberry squeeze.
Wow.
But I will say the iced Cinnabon Delights coffee was my second to last. And in fact, the two coffees were both in my bottom five.
I know that I may be biased because I'm not much of a coffee drinker.
Yeah.
I will give props to the iced coffee, but if there is one thing that I don't want to drink after housing 8 tacos is a damn hot coffee.
Yeah.
A very sweet hot coffee at that.
Super sweet. And if you are going to be like, oh, well, I want something sweet with like my Cinnabon, Delights or my Cinnamon Twist or something like that, you don't want more sweetness.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, that one really does not really have a reason to exist. I guess it's maybe like a treat for mom and dad if they're taking like that, like, oh, I'm taking the kids to Taco Bell. Like, oh, okay, I'll get a little sweet coffee for me. But I don't know. I think it's too sweet.
I'm intrigued that you didn't like the Dole drink.
I thought that one was too sweet.
Jimmy just
for
came
me.
and shook. It was funny.
Yeah.
Oh, there she goes. She's confused by the new studio.
She's still recovering from seeing the hog.
She's all right.
Yeah.
Looks like a fucking chew toy. Biting at the screen.
I thought it was too sweet, but did you like it?
I did like it.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I never get this, but
Yeah.
it's sweet in the way that I like. I am a strawberry lemonade fan.
Okay.
I know you're not allowed to call that one strawberry lemonade, but I did understand that you thought it was too sweet, and I get that. It is not in my top two.
Yeah.
But it is in my top.
I had a strawberry drink rank much higher. I'll say that.
The wild strawberry freeze, I assume. That one shot up to the top of your board or near the top.
Why is it in my top three?
Wow. I'm shocked. Mitch, I'm shocked. Yeah, I think the coffees, I agree, were just, they didn't really work for me.
Iced coffee was last. Hot coffee was my second to last. I'll say that.
Wow.
Yeah.
You like the hot coffee more than you like the ice one.
I also like the hot coffee more than the iced one.
Like, it is so sweet, but also I was like, I do kind of like the sweetness of it a little bit, but it just is so sweet. And I'm not a huge coffee guy. There's a lot of reasons. It is crazy sweet.
I think because you have to sip a hot drink versus like sucking it down from a straw, it actually like makes you take smaller sips, so the sweetness was less potent. But neither of them I'd get again if not for content. Okay, moving up the list. I mean, is Baja Blast going to win this thing? Because I loved Baja Blast. I love the Baja Blast. I love the Pepsi today. They were not my top two, but they were up
That's
there.
insane that they're not. I now I'm like trying to think of what's in your top two, and
I'm going to say it. I'll just say it. Today, Purple Reign Supreme. Brisk Sparkling Dragon Paradise Iced Tea, an exclusive iced tea I'd never had, I thought was delightful.
Interesting.
It was not. It had like a very specific flavor to it and a nice bit of effervescence. You rarely see a sparkling tea that gets the job done. I loved that drink. I thought it was fantastic.
That got third to last for me, but I didn't even dislike it.
Yeah, I'd get that anytime.
Third to last for me.
My other one was the Double Berry Freeze, which is a combo of the Blue Raspberry Freeze and the Wild Strawberry Freeze, which I think is a nice mixture of the sweetness and the sourness of the two concepts. And yeah, it kind of turned into a purple slurry, but it is also like a fun cup to get, a little red, a little blue.
Where did the ice? My iced teas ranked right next to each other, and I said very different, but maybe tied. For third to last and fourth to last.
I had the Brisk Mango Fiesta 7th. I did like that Mango Fiesta.
That's in my top three.
Wow, I love
Mango
that.
Fiesta's in my top
Whoa,
three.
we're all over the board here.
It's going to be tough because I'll tell you this. I like that. I never get that.
Yeah.
I never get tea on the menu. The other tea I did not like because it was sparkling.
Yeah.
You know what it reminded me of?
Sure.
Celsius.
Yeah, kind of Celsius-y.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't like this. I didn't want, and that's why the freezes kind of fell out of favor for me too, because they were all like sparkling.
Yes, right. Yeah, they a little burn to them.
I mean, Jimmy just, sensing the fact that you're a Terminator.
He's not barking. Come sit here, Jemmy.
Good girl.
Sit with Uncle Nick.
Go ahead, good girl.
Uncle Nick?
Go ahead.
I just felt so bad for you have a niece? Well, you don't want to reveal
Jemmy's up
family.
here.
But I feel sorry
Yeah, I
for
got
your
some nieces and nephews.
nieces and or nephews.
Oh, no, I'm a great uncle. There she is. Jemmy's up here on the couch next to me now.
Wow.
Jemmy, do you like The Saint? Because we're watching it.
Is it still on?
No, it's not on, unfortunately. Okay, so the rest of my top five.
Jemmy's
Pepsi.
got a look on her face, which I can only describe as a pound look.
Rest of my top. Number 1, Brisk Sparkling Dragon Paradise Iced Tea. Number 2, Double Berry Freeze. Number 3, Pepsi. Number 4, Mountain Dew Baja Blast. Number 5, Blue Raspberry Freeze, which I really like that limited time offer.
Wow.
Maybe that's the strongest element of the Double Berry Freeze that took it home for me.
Here are my top. I'll give my top 3.
Yeah.
Should I go Chris Rock? Give my top 5?
Top 5.
Sure, go for it.
Baja Blast
Give me your
Freeze.
top 5 wives that you think you love.
Ginger Spice, Baby Spice, Scary Spice, Sporty Spice. Was there another one?
Posh.
Posh Spice. Baja Blast Freeze comes in at number 1 for me. Number 2, Baja Blast.
Wow.
Number 3, Strawberry Freeze. Number 4, Pepsi. Number 5, Baja Blast Zero.
Wow.
And I like Baja Blast Zero a lot, but I was like, if I'm being real to myself, a full sugar drink I'm gonna like more.
I agree. I had the same internal debate, and that's where I landed. I think the frozen. I think that they do a great job with that Baja Blast Freeze.
That's one that I do like. Is the other two were a little bit too sweet. I think usually I thought that I liked you get the extra goodness at the bottom, the real diabetes driven stuff. But this time I didn't care for it. I did like the red one, the strawberry one. But other than that, I my top 5, as boring as it is, I gotta go Baja Blast 1. That Pepsi was on something different today. I gotta give it to Pepsi number 2. I'm gonna go Mango number 3.
Wow, I love that.
And then I'm gonna go Baja Blast Freeze, and then Strawberry Freeze.
That's a good list. And
I think Baja Blast wins the group, right? Was there anything else going to come out?
But aren't we picking 2?
We're picking 2. But I'm just saying, like it's got to be in the top 2. Regular Baja Blast, right?
I think Baja Blast.
It's got to be one of the 2.
But is it? Where is it ranked for you?
I have a number 4.
Number 4?
I really like that Sparkling Dragon
teas?
Paradise Iced Tea.
All right, so wait, the tea and then what was your
Double Berry
third?
Freeze.
What was your third?
The third was Pepsi. The Pepsi was great. Pepsi was great today. You know what?
No.
If I'm being honest with myself, in general, I like the Baja Blast more than Pepsi. So I think definitely it should go in. But also, Pepsi had a great outing.
Pepsi had a great outing today. I don't know what they did with that one.
It might be the Yum brands. You know what I mean? It might be,
yeah.
They might be doing their Pepsi like McDonald's does their Coke.
I wonder if there's a silver canister involved.
Something going on with that Pepsi. It was a good Pepsi. We're talking. This is 90s Pepsi we had today.
90. This is
Big Slam. Bought out of a Big Slam bottle.
Cindy Crawford Pepsi.
Shaq.
Shaq Pepsi. This is Shaq
Pepsi.
Ray Charles Pepsi.
Yeah. That's my Ray Charles impression. Yeah.
I have 131 on the timestamp. If you want to just check out that part of the video, Ray Charles impression. It's good.
Yeah.
I agree that Pepsi was good, but I mean,
what would you? Okay, so you're saying
I'm saying
take
Baja
the Freeze
Blast
and
100%.
Baja Blast.
Yeah.
But like, what would be your number 2? Would it be the Freeze?
I'm saying Baja Blast itself going on.
Yeah, of course.
Do you have a Stevie Wonder impression?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think Baja Blast to me is, even though ranked a little lower for you, I would be very happy with it getting the one seed out of all of this.
Let's lock in Baja Blast as one Goop winner.
All right, that's an easy one. That's easy to discuss. Now, here's the other thing. Carl and I really liked that. We liked the Baja Blast Freeze and the Strawberry Freeze, but all three of us liked the Pepsi. So I don't know. This is trickier.
Where did the Baja Blast Freeze rank in your list?
It ranked 4th.
It ranked 4th. Okay.
But almost interchangeable with the Strawberry Freeze.
Yeah,
I said, I don't like a carbonated freeze. I learned it about myself today.
If we want to throw a freeze on there, I'm open to making it the Strawberry Freeze.
I will be down for
an element of double berry freeze. The question is, that is a limited time offering. Do we want to say we want to throw that in there, or is the thing to do just to not overthink it? Put in the Baja Blast Freeze, and Baja Blast takes both slots.
I mean, I like the Baja Blast Freeze, but you like the Strawberry Freeze more.
No. I had Baja Blast. Wait, did I say that? No, Baja Blast Freeze. Maybe I did say that.
Yeah.
I definitely like the Baja Blast Freeze more than the Strawberry Freeze.
What do you think, Mitch? Because I think to me it comes down to
my
Baja
1 and 2 were Baja Blast and Baja Blast Freeze.
Yeah.
And to me, Pepsi, we like Pepsi. Obviously, it was a good Pepsi today.
Was Pepsi okay? Yeah, Pepsi is okay today.
I think Pepsi just always has that thing of going up against Coke. Coke is better. But I am going to get Pepsi if that's the only option. You know what I mean? I don't know.
This is the house that Baja Blast built. I think we throw in the freeze, and I think we throw in the regular Baja Blast. And I think that's how the group shakes out. I think that's what makes the most sense. Unless anyone agrees.
It's literally my number 1. It's your number 4 or 5. 4, right?
I can't remember what I said. Would you gentlemen like a Pepsi? What's that from?
Who is that? What is that? I was going to say, it's not Ray Charles.
Would you gentlemen like it? Has my BB King impression. Would you gentlemen like a Pepsi?
Is that a Super Bowl commercial?
No, that's from Spies Like Us.
Oh my God. Rest in peace, BB King.
Yes.
One of I wonder if that was that one of his last big appearances. No. Spies Like Us.
Spies Like Us was what, 1985? He died in like 2017, 2018.
Can we check that?
You got that Reaper knowledge.
Yeah. Reaper knowledge.
2015.
Wow. Well,
I'm always 2 years off. What year did Spies Like Us come out, though? Was it 85? Or am I tripping?
I'll be impressed.
85, you're right.
1985? Doc, I'm late for school.
Let me just look that up on the laptop. Casey is still buried in the hog.
I don't know why he's just... hasn't navigated away from the hog. There's other things you could look at.
Trying to verify it's real.
Mountain Dew Baja Blast and Mountain Dew Baja Blast Freeze are the winners of the drink. I love it.
Where did Freeze rank in your top? Was it in your top 5?
Freeze was just outside of my top 5, but I had 2 other freezes in my top 5.
Okay.
So Baja Blast Freeze, sliding up just a little bit, I'm completely at peace.
What did you think of the raspberry freeze? Did you think it was too sour? What did you think of the sour?
I liked it more than the wild strawberry, but that's because I think I have maybe a little bit less tolerance for like super sweet things, and that's why I really like the double berry because it mitigated some of that sweetness of the wild strawberry. But I'm very happy with these 2 winners.
I think it's only right that these are exclusive to the store. I mean, they were
right.
I also just, when I think of Taco Bell and I think of drinks, these are the top 2.
Absolutely right.
It represents the restaurant in a good way.
What if in 2024 you got a little bit better every day? When you're learning a new language with Babbel, that's exactly what you're doing. And if Babbel can help you start speaking a new language in just 3 weeks, imagine what you could do in a full year.
Have you always had that power?
I can do it anytime I want.
Whoa. Be a better you in 2024 with Babbel, the science-backed language learning app that actually works. Don't pay hundreds of dollars for private tutors or waste hours on apps that don't really help you speak the language.
Babbel's quick 10-minute lessons are handcrafted by over 200 language experts to help you start speaking a new language in as little as 3 weeks.
Babbel's designed by real people for real conversations. And Babbel's tips and tools are approachable, accessible, rooted in real-life situations, and delivered with conversation-based teaching so you're ready to practice what you've learned in the real world.
You know, Mitch, I've been messing around with Babbel more than messing around. I've been using Babbel actively.
Wow.
And it's helped me learn real-life conversation skills in Spanish, which I learned a little bit of high school, but I am brushing up big time with Babbel. It's so much easier now for me to order food with confidence, ask for directions if need be, speak to merchants, and if I go on vacation, if that happens, I don't have to consult language apps.
You know what? I think we should get Commissioner Susser on Babbel so he can say the theme month this year. Wags, I believe it because studies from Yale, Michigan State University, and others continue to prove Babbel is better. One study found that using Babbel for 15 hours is equivalent to a full semester at college.
Wow.
Ithaca, what the heck?
Babbel has over 16 million subscriptions sold. Plus, all of Babbel's 14 award-winning language courses are backed by their 20-day money-back guarantee. Here's a special limited-time deal for our listeners. Right now, get 50% off a one-time payment for a lifetime Babbel subscription, but only for our listeners at Babbel.com/Doughboys.
Get 50% off at Babbel.com/Doughboys, spelled BABBEL.com/Doughboys.
Rules and restrictions may apply.
Whoa!
Let's move on to the taco goop. Again, double stack taco, soft taco supreme, spicy potato soft taco, crunchy taco supreme, nacho cheese Doritos Locos taco, and nacho cheese Doritos Locos taco supreme. Last night,
I ordered all 8.
Yeah, I did too.
And I ate. After I heard you ate all 8, I ate all 8.
Did you feel compelled to do it, or did you just want to do it? Because that's why I was eating these, like, I'm just hungry enough to finish these, and I just did it.
No, I feel sick today a little bit.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And it was because you did it, and I was like, I can't let Nick do it and have me not do it.
You don't have to. It's like competition.
I checked in with Nick last night because I felt like the list was a bit repetitive in a way.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
I've checked in with Nick. So do I have to order all of this?
Yeah.
Like, you know me.
Get ready for our Reddit to be mad at you.
I'm the 7th Doughboy. They can go to hell.
You say 7th?
Yeah, because 7 is the number of completion. After me, there are no more Doughboys.
Weiger, me, Susser, Emma, Amelia, Casey. You're the 7th.
Yeah, there you go.
Casey shouldn't be higher than me. I was here before him.
All right, sorry, Casey. Is he 7?
He's just out.
No.
You're
just out.
You're out. Sorry. You're out of Doughboy. Sorry. And who takes the spot?
Yusong.
Yusong's in there. Yusong, congrats.
Yeah.
DK, condolences.
Yeah, sorry.
Fish, condolences. You guys are out.
But I remain true to the integrity of the show. So if I have to eat all the things, I'll do it. But I was like, I can kill 2 birds with 1 stone by just ordering the supremes of the items that have a regular and a supreme.
Yeah.
Because you're always going to go supreme.
I'm always going to go supreme.
I think that's fair.
I've never once just gotten a regular with my own money.
Uh-huh.
Maybe when my mom was buying it, she was like, you're going to get 4 regular tacos. That's going to be a dinner tonight. We got sour cream at home. But to me, it was always supreme once I started paying for my own food. And
we got sour cream at home, and then the sour cream at home is mayo.
Right.
I'm doing that
That's
meme.
the
meme.
Make a TikTok of us, please. We know the memes.
The TikToker's gonna. There's nothing they respond to better than desperation like that. Make a TikTok about us, please. I 100% agree with you. And actually, this goes back to Wag's question to begin: is what do you like more, soft tacos or hard tacos? And I'll say this: the worst. The worst item I ate last night was the non-supreme soft taco, and I even liked that. I'm not saying
absolutely agree with you. That's my number 8.
It's not a bad item, but
it's not a bad item.
It's just is that sort of thing of I was like, I want sour cream in it. The travel even, I gotta get to a downside of the sour cream.
Yeah.
That sour cream makes those tacos break up.
The crunchy ones, yes,
it's true. The crunchy ones, it makes them break up. Yeah. It gets them soggy quicker. But that soft taco just on its own was like, why would I be getting this ever? And for me, the best version of Taco Bell is like, I love the cheesy gordita crunch when you have a soft and a hard, which we do have too. Some items.
There's an option here.
We have items that were soft and hard, but they were lacking sour cream. That thing was only hard, I think.
Hard to tell.
It was really it looked like it looked Alien-esque. I mean, the series Alien.
Right.
It was very strange. Look, we shouldn't have gone and looked at the hog.
We're sorry.
We're sorry we looked at the hog. It's all we've been thinking about since we looked at it. I was eating those double-decker tacos, and I was like, I wish some of these had sour cream on them, but at the same time, I have the Doritos Locos Taco Supreme, and that thing was falling apart. And it's like, I'm like, this is Jordan. I'm taking the thing out. It's like, this is Michael Jordan of all the tacos we got. This Doritos Taco Supreme, and then the thing is just it's falling up. It's like a Wizards Jordan. It's breaking down.
Right.
It's not. It wasn't. It had a bad outing, honestly. But was the taste still there?
Here's where we're going.
The answer is yes.
The answer is yes. Here's where we're going to diverge a little bit, and I'll set this up this way. Last night, after my second Taco Bell trip I'd made, come back with Taco Bell again. Natalie doesn't bat an eye, but she does see my order and is like, "What did you get?"
Does she bat an eye to with you? Is the huge question.
Nothing.
Natalie, I gotta go play 15 hours of Baldur's Gate. Does she care?
Like,
what does she do? Yeah.
The living room to myself. I had the nacho cheese Doritos Loco Taco and the nacho cheese Doritos Locos Taco Supreme. And I said, I got these two to compare. And she says, I'm going to say something maybe controversial. I like the non-Supreme more than the Supreme. And I told her,
whoa,
honestly, I agree.
Ooh.
And she posted up for the high five.
Wow.
She made the point that you made of it has less structural integrity and it gets too goopy. And I will add to that my own issue with the Supreme, which I still like. I still love. Hey, Weiger, you can only have Supreme tacos for the rest of your life. Great. You know what? I'm still in hog heaven. Just like I was looking at Casey's phone. I'm doing great.
That's hog hell, honestly. That is not a good hog. You know, when I say when we come back from a hog picture and I was like, it's not that big. That's a bad sign. My other issue with them is I feel like oftentimes those tomatoes are flavorless and low quality. I just like Natalie being at work. Hey, what's your almost 50-year-old husband up to? Well, he played Baldur's Gate for 12 hours, then he watched Minions, and he ordered Taco Bell.
Right, yeah.
You act like a fucking child.
So what? Who gives a shit?
You need to fucking grow up.
You're the one who needs to grow up.
No.
This is a tough conversation. Because despite all that stuff, Nick is married.
That is a good point. That's a good point. I got Wally and Irma.
Yeah, you got two cats.
Wally, I didn't say it on the pod, but there was an emergency with Wally last week. I was very nervous, and Wally's doing great.
You powered through it during the record, and you were great. You were very funny, but I knew what was going on.
Episode, correct?
Right? That's right. Yeah. A couple weeks ago.
That was fucking funny as hell.
You were doing great.
How the hell do you pull? It's like the speaking of Jordan, it's like his flu game.
All right, let's not go nuts. You were fine.
I was like kind of like Jordan's. Just give me something.
You were good. Thinking about your sick cat. Not quite the same as...
He's doing well. I love him. I love him very much. And I never want to tell anyone about it, but put some good positive vibes out there.
It's good to say when he's on the other side of it. Now you can talk about it, and we're happy everything turned out okay. Mm-hmm. All that said... What did you say?
Like the flu game. It was like
the flu game. By the way, you saw in The Last Dance where he said that was actually a Rumblies game. He got food poisoning. Yeah, he got food poisoning because he was in Utah, right?
And Taco John's.
And
it was Domino's.
It was Domino's.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
All right, so I'm gonna say this: every Doughboys record is like fucking the flu game. Big deal, Jordan. I want to gamble against Jordan. I think I could do. I think it would be fun to just be at. I mean, I would lose thousands, right? Isn't that what happens?
You'd lose the entire Doughboys Patreon in like one hand of poker.
Put it up. That's what I said. They plump when you cook them.
I said a bunch of stuff. Going back to the tacos, I do agree with you that the crunchy are better than the soft, and I don't dislike the Supreme. But I think if I have to if I have to pick one over the other, I am going to go non-Supreme. But
the tacos do fall apart. You have to eat them.
Yes.
I had like 7 minutes of travel from when I got them to when I got home. And they were still hot, but they were falling apart. I also had to eat 8 tacos, I guess was the other issue.
Yeah.
Which takes some time.
There was one dark horse that I thought might do okay, but I was surprised by how high I ultimately had it in my rankings. Spicy potato soft taco.
Very tasty.
It was very tasty, and I knew that you were going to love this, which is like making me nervous.
Well, I've gotten it before, but also what it has is it has a contrast in texture.
Yes.
Because the potatoes have a little bit of crispiness to them with that soft shell. I think that's a delightful item, and I will also say, as something that kind of represents the vegetarian side of Taco Bell, which is a big a thing that makes them stand out among fast food chains, I think it's at least worth acknowledging it, even if it doesn't make it into our final 2.
It is worth acknowledging.
Yeah.
I think it is. And I actually maybe don't. Well, I've certainly had it at one point through this podcast probably. But it is tasty, and I don't eat it ever, really. And
it is a little sidekick.
It's good. It's nice. It's nice.
A lot of fun.
The key to that one is adding nacho cheese to it.
Oh, that's fun.
That's
very solid stuff. It is very good. Also, the bean taco, by any means necessary. The bean taco is not bad either. However, for vegetarian options, the crispy potato taco, the spicy potato is very good.
I will disclose now, because I actually did abide by the beans rule. I got beans as my protein in all of my items.
Oh my God, you are such a fucking dork.
They're great though. They're really flavorful. Like they still all work with beans as
fucking
the protein.
Bean Boy. You don't deserve Burger Boy. You're a fucking Bean Boy.
I'm fine. I'll be the Bean Boy. Make me the
fine,
Bean
fine.
Boy. I
You
don't
are
care.
the Bean
I like
Boy.
coffee too, so I'll be the Bean Boy.
All right, you're Bean Boy.
Great, I'm Bean Boy.
Beans I got laryngitis right now, so I can't sing.
That was good.
Every second of the night.
That's
my
pretty
voice,
fucking
my voice
good
is
for-
just coming back.
Nice soft
You have
palate
laryngitis?
relaxation. That was
I
very
had
good.
laryngitis for the
Oh, you
past
had it.
week.
Okay, I was going to ask, how contagious is it?
It's not. It is, but it's not.
Okay.
It's from overusing the pipes.
You're the one that's
Well, it has
spitting on
for the
me.
show.
I know. It's true. I have spit quite a bit. Not intentionally, but I am spitting. It's coming out of my mouth.
I'll say my number one because I think there's another Taco Bell signature item. Nacho cheese Doritos Loco Taco. I just love that taco.
Yeah.
I think it's great, and I think it was a great execution that I got. I liked it more than the Supreme version that I had it side by side with, and that is a go-to order for me. Like that's a thing I will get consistently. Now look, Crunchy Taco was right there. I do really like the
regular
Crunchy
Crunchy Taco?
Regular Crunchy Taco I think is great, and I think the Supreme version of that one is also very, very good.
You know what's funny, Wags?
Yeah.
I didn't think I would ever say this.
Yeah.
The Del Taco is better than the Crunchy Taco at Taco
Mitch,
Bell.
that's wild. I agree with you. I of course agree with you as a Del
I'm not
Taco
saying that I
fan.
think Del Taco is better than Taco Bell.
Sure. I'm not expecting you to go that far.
I just think that the Del Taco Crunchy Taco is a better taco.
it's a better composed overall taco.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to disagree with you fellas on that one.
Wow.
I think Taco Bell edges out Del Taco. I don't get anything else at Del Taco other than the soft chicken tacos.
Those are good.
The soft grilled chicken
Those
tacos.
are great.
Those are the only two things that I get. They're fairly healthy.
Yeah,
Like,
they're not bad.
They're not bad for you, not terrible for you, they're not great for you. But that's the only thing that I can get. And the burger, surprisingly, the Del cheeseburger.
Double Del cheeseburger. Look, I should be more of an advocate for this, or more of a champion for this burger, because it's a great fast food burger.
There's a seasoning that Del Taco uses in their ground beef that I just don't agree with.
Fair.
It's a different
Sure.
and I don't know if it's because of my lifelong allegiance to Taco Bell, because I love Los Angeles. I technically am not a native, so I didn't experience Del Taco until I got here. Do you remember when Del Taco was Noggles?
That was before. That was like way back in the day. And
88.
that was,
I think it changed in 88.
But it wasn't like every location.
Yeah,
it wasn't every location. Like the brands fractured, and there were some Noggles, some Del Taco, and then they re-merged. They like pulled a Carl's Jr. Hardee's, except they just took the Del Taco branding and made that for all of their locations. But yeah, the
88.
It was 88. Wow.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
But it was.
I know everything. Quiz me.
It was not there weren't any Noggles around where we live.
Yeah.
They were only Del Tacos.
Only Del Tacos.
Yeah.
Dick Noggles, right?
Dick Noggles is the guy. Dick Noggles.
So yeah, I there's something in the
Jimmy,
season.
I'm Nick Doggles.
There's something in the season beef. There's something in the season beef.
Yeah.
That I just can't get with at Del Taco. So I gotta give the edge, because the season beef at Taco Bell is superior in my opinion.
And can I also say something? I love Del Taco, but it is what you were saying earlier about what Yum Brands does to its customer base. Del Taco is fucking worse about. They're always pulling things off of their menu. Yeah. They're always rotating things out needlessly. The Spicy Jack Quesadilla just unceremoniously discontinued.
That was
fucked
good.
Up.
Insane.
I have had that.
Insane.
So fucked up.
And they'll like they're trying out shit all the time.
One of the worst
like,
things that happened in the last
this?
5 years.
Right.
I'm spitting everywhere. I'm getting glasses. I'm turning into a nerd, Wags. I don't know what's happening.
You're doing great. Well, you know what? Maybe this will be like a little role reversal. Maybe I'll be the bully and you'll be the nerd.
I'm gonna
be fun.
I'm gonna be like I'm gonna put the glasses on and be like when Homer puts the glasses on. It's funny because I talked about Urkel to the optometrist. I was afraid of Urkel, and I was like, did Urkel bring about the coolness of nerds? Kind of in a way, but not really. Like I think that
he was like a big time, like this guy's a nerd.
He's
like,
a
laugh
nerd.
At this
I mean, we laughed, but then it kind of became cool. I mean, you feel bad for Jaleel White because also he was like, I'm like a normal guy who likes, I like playing basketball, and now I am like seen as the nerd. And I think he wanted to distance himself, but I thought it was cool to embrace the nerd. But I was saying to the optometrist, like, when I got glasses as a boy, like you were seen as a nerd. Like,
sure,
like, yeah. And she says now they have kids come in and they lie because they want glasses. Yeah. That's how much it's changed.
Right.
Which is
it's
crazy.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Casey's glasses are fake. Look at Casey's glasses.
You got fake glasses on, Casey?
Oh, these are real.
Those are the IMAX 3D glasses with punched out lenses.
They're lying about the glasses just to get them.
Wild. Times change.
That would make you so sick wearing a prescription you don't need.
Yeah. She warned me that's going to be, I just wear them every so often. Because like, she's like, you will get sick. You're going to see things clearer. You know, like, it's going to be jarring.
But it'll be nice going to the movies. You see the clear picture. That'll be fun.
Yeah, no, it seems nice.
Good for driving.
So you see things clear and just start throwing up.
Watching the Doughboys YouTube video. Wags, also today, I ate the tacos last night, but today I did tell Amelia picked up the drinks for us, and Emma as well. Thank you, Emma.
Actually, Amelia called me on my way to pick up the drinks, and she was like, I can do this. You don't need to go.
Wow.
And so she called me off, and I didn't
drinks.
have to go.
This it was originally a 3-way splinter operation. Amelia was going to go, Emma was going to go, and I was going to go. Mitch oddly unavailable. And then Amelia was like, Weiger, I can get yours.
Hold on a second.
Said he was going to go get his and drink them so that it would help with us getting all of them.
This is the truth. I found out I was at the optometrist getting diagnosed with vision issues.
And were you at the optometrist the day of the Good Morning America thing and you couldn't see anything?
Let's not bring that up. I need to relitigate that.
Yes, Emma, I was. And I was trying to text Weiger, like, what the fuck are you doing? And I couldn't see anything. I had to call him, which, you know, he's not going to answer the phone. And then it was a very bad time to be blind for like 3 hours.
It all worked out.
Sure. Yeah, it worked out.
That's a movie I want to see, the remake of Hysterical Blindness with Mitch starring in it.
Look, we could do Doughboys. We could do Spoon Man and Friends.
Yeah.
And we could go on the road.
I would love that.
He's offered it.
Yeah, of course.
He's offered
Doughboys
it.
presents Spoon Man and Friends. Feel free. Go nuts. Go anywhere.
We could do improv.
There you go.
Oh, fuck. All right, tour's over. So all of this was coming together. I get out of the optometrist and there's 150 text messages or whatever.
It was an active.
And I was driving from the west side to the east side while all of this planning was going on.
It worked out fine. That was.
Well, my thought was that I always want to eat. I don't want to eat a lot of our food for dinner. So we eat it at lunch a lot, but then it just seemed impossible to get all these tacos.
And
so that's why we asked our guests who very kindly went and got Taco Bell.
We all splinter celled and went on our own missions to get the tacos, but we figured we'd have the drinks here because we can all sort of taste test the drinks in advance. Anyway, originally I was going to get some, Emma was going to get some, Amelia was going to get some. Then Amelia was like, Weiger, I got yours. I was like, okay, great. I won't worry about it. And then she ended up taking Emma's share as well.
And also, She got me a chicken crispinata.
She did get you a chicken crispinata.
And she got a second one just in case, so I got one.
And so Emma got one.
What did you think, Emma?
I liked it. I loved it. I love like an empanada, crispy shell kind of thing. I do kind of get that like it was almost too crispy. Like I wanted it like a little softer, but really no complaints. I'll get it again.
Yeah. It was tasty.
I texted Amelia to get me that off the Doughboys chain because I thought you would get mad. But she would have.
Why would I get mad?
She would have looked weird just getting old drinks. We had to get her get some food.
We had 12 drinks and 2 crispinatas. Is totally
That's
normal.
way more normal.
You're like you'll be worried that I'll get mad if you add a menu item to a Taco Bell order, but on that same text thread you'll be like, "Why are you fucking idiot?" Like that's what's gonna make me mad.
You ate it in front of him. It's not like you hid it for very long.
Don't be a fucking idiot. You're a fucking idiot on the chain all the time. Guy loves to plan. God.
Planning's great.
Jesus Christ.
This is where Wagger and I get along.
Yeah. You got to plan.
I know. It's a type A chain, if you catch my drift.
All right, let's talk about our tacos.
Mm-hmm.
I had nacho cheese Doritos Locos Taco, spicy potato soft taco, crunchy taco, nacho cheese Doritos Locos Taco Supreme, and double stack taco all in my top 5. Top 5 of 8. So, and there was nothing I disliked. But is anyone going to push for the soft tacos to be in the top 2?
No.
I think we can just DQ both soft tacos.
Yeah.
Soft tacos are out.
Yeah.
I mean, the Supreme was better than the non-Supreme, of course. Yeah. If it's a soft taco, I want a burrito. Like the burrito does what the soft taco like.
Yes, that's it. That's
the BB5 layer is a much better version of any soft taco.
You said it, Mitch. There you go.
Yeah.
So yes, they're gone. They're not winning the tournament. They're out.
They're out.
The crispy taco is good. Just the regular plain crispy taco.
I agree.
I do think that Doritos Locos taco is up there, and the Doritos Locos Supreme, even though it is falling apart, even though it did have a bad game, it's good.
My Doritos Locos Taco did have a bad game, and also I have given up on the nacho cheese Doritos Loco Taco.
Wow.
Yum Brands, not Wow Brands, Yum Brands discontinued the fiery Doritos Locos Crunchy Taco, and I have only had the nacho cheese one maybe twice since then, including today.
I loved the Cool Ranch one.
Cool Ranch was good. That fiery was off
great.
The charts.
That one was really good.
So I personally do not have the Doritos. And also I think a lot of people aren't ordering them because my shell wasn't, it was still crispy, but it tasted like it had been sitting in the box.
You'll get the old shell on occasion. Yeah. It's a little bit of a bummer.
Yeah. So that one has fallen out of favor for me personally.
Can we talk about an issue that I deal with a lot in my life?
Please.
Dryness. The double stacked taco. The double stacked taco is dry.
You found it dry. That's interesting. You think because of the extra crunchies
sour
in there.
cream in there.
You think,
and that's what I did to mine.
Yeah.
I added sour cream to mine.
And if it has sour cream in there, but the item itself without sour cream, if that's how we're judging it, it's a little too dry. You got like it's got the crispy pieces inside of it, and then there's no goop. You need some sort of goop.
It's the most unga pachka of these, but it's still I get what you're saying.
Unga pachka can be a great thing at Taco Bell.
It can be, but I don't love the strips.
Like it's unga pachka.
It's one thing too many. Our buddy Emmy Blotnick, past guest of the show, introduced this term for me. It's a Yiddish term. And so, the idea if you get like a pizza with 4 toppings that would be better with 3 toppings, then you could say it's unga pachka.
Okay.
Yeah. Very handy.
Casey, cut out me saying, what the fuck is it?
I think that's okay to say what the fuck is
No, now that I know it's Yiddish. Cut it out.
I just, you gotta load in the sauce or you gotta put sour cream. I still like it.
Yeah,
Don't get me wrong.
like it.
It's probably in my top 3. It's in my top 3, I'd say.
What would be your top 3?
This is hard. I think that if it stays together, I think that the Doritos Locos Taco Supreme is in there. Is probably number 1, but the Doritos Locos Taco itself is probably 2. But then again, just a regular Taco Supreme, crunchy Taco Supreme, is probably rounds out the it's probably second or third place. To me, this is like much harder it's harder to put a number on them because they're all really close. And but also saying all that, in the big picture, I don't know how much longer a lot of these items will move on.
Let me just say,
I think that these are good. I think there's a lot of good things here. I think, to me, the most fun one is probably a Doritos Taco Supreme, but I'm not so confident in this entire bracket moving forward.
We're going to see how these things end up. But as far as the order of the day goes, I think, contra the previous group where it was fine getting in 2 different Baja Blasts, I would not want to have 2 nacho cheese Doritos Locos Tacos advance. And so if the compromise from my standpoint is we put in the Supreme and we don't put in the regular, I'm okay with that. However, Carl, you have a say in this as well. And if you are not a fan of that at all, I'm fine with these also just not being in the final 2.
Should I give my top 2?
Please.
Sitting at number 1, Crunchy Taco Supreme.
I love it.
Sitting at number 2, Crispy Potato Taco.
Wow.
Holy shit.
Holy shit.
It was on point today.
God.
The potatoes were crispy. The shell was soft and hot. I told you. I added a little sour cream to that joint, and I got a side of nacho cheese and did a little bit of dipping.
Yeah, you can do that.
And so I'm going to put that second. But I've also had it with none of these things.
Yeah.
Just hot sauce.
Yeah.
And it hits. It makes it keeps you satiated, even though you're not getting a protein in there. The Doritos Locos Taco unfortunately fell out of favor for me today. It didn't fall apart necessarily. I just got an old shell, and the nacho cheese shell just don't hit like the fiery did. The double stack was the first time I got it.
Yeah.
I noticed the ingredients in it, and I said, this is going to be dry. Let's add a little sour cream to it. I didn't know that I should have judged it without, but I definitely it would not have been, it would have been ranked 7th if I didn't add the sour cream to it, and adding the sour cream to it puts it at like 4.
Speaking of sour cream, is there a sour cream of the crop from either of these groups? I do think there's something that would have been funny if Pepsi had won the drink scoop. So that would be the one thing I would say.
Pepsi is the clear funny winner.
All right, so we'll say Pepsi gets sour cream of the crop.
I guess it would be funny if coffee won too. Taco Bell.
That's also a good candidate.
But Pepsi that's the funnier. Pepsi gets sour cream of the crop because we like it too.
Okay, great. I would be thrilled if.
I think sour cream of the crop for this one is the potato taco, but it might fucking go on.
It's good though. It's legit good. I mean, this is the thing. I had soft potato taco, spicy potato soft taco as my number 2 as well. I would be thrilled if the final 2 were Carl's final 2, Crunchy Taco Supreme and Spicy Potato Soft Taco, because I love both those items, but I'm fine making adjustments here. Mitch, what do you think? I mean, where was Spicy Potato Soft Taco for you?
I mean, I liked it. It was good. I mean, it is, and it's tasty. It is. It's probably was my 4th or 5th, which is pretty high. Not
pretty
bad.
High. What would you, if you had like, hey, I'm going to put my thumb on the scale and I'm going to get one item in there, what would be your pick?
Put my thumb on the scale. Okay. How much do you think it would weigh if I put my thumb on the scale?
How much would Mitch's thumb weigh if I cut it off? Was the drop song?
Fish.
What is the weight of a thumb? I feel like it's like 12 ounces.
Yeah, ain't no way it's that much.
That's too much?
16 ounces is a pound.
Oh, okay. Then maybe it's more like 4 ounces.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can see that. Probably weighs about the same as that hog. I'd be okay with those are 2 of the winners because I do think that the Crunchy Taco Supreme is a great one to move on in the tournament.
Yeah.
There is something to, and I get Carl's objection to it because I think that this is, this kind of sums up the issues with Yum Brands.
Yeah.
Is that they take items off the menu and it's fucking frustrating and annoying. But there is something about the Doritos Locos Taco that I do think is very Taco Bell. They were like one of the first places to do a crossover.
Look,
like that.
Even though I agree the execution has tailed off, the nacho cheese Doritos Locos Taco, the non-supreme, was my number one overall.
Interesting.
So I really do like that item.
You got it with beans?
I go with beans, yeah. Works well with beans.
So I think the thing to do is we all agree that the crunchy supreme taco is moving on.
Well, I was going to say, I think there's a world where, because no one's going to get exactly what they want here.
Mm-hmm. That's for sure.
I think there's a world,
especially the listeners,
where the nacho cheese Doritos Locos Taco Supreme gets in over the crunchy Taco Supreme, and the second spot goes to the spicy potato soft taco.
Whoa.
That's, to me, is a fun final two as well.
Nacho, you said nacho number one?
Yeah.
Supreme?
Yeah, or one of the two. These aren't necessarily ranked coming out of here.
Yeah.
I think there's only one way to do this.
Yeah.
We count to 3 and say our number one, and then we count to 3 again and say our number 2.
Well, what's that going to resolve? We already know what we already know what it is.
I think it just will work.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. Nacho cheese Doritos Locos Taco Supreme. Did you say yours?
No. I do like this. I like the switch off of but I do think that crunchy supreme is also pretty great.
Well, we could get the spicy potato soft taco out of there, but I think it's kind of fun to have that be a competitor.
And it was your number 1 or 2?
It was number 2. Both of our number 2s.
Both of your number 2s. Well, then I don't know. It's tough.
I feel like crunchy soft taco supreme could be an upsetter. I mean, crunchy soft taco, crunchy
taco supreme,
crispy potato taco.
Yes,
is like Princeton.
Yeah,
that gets
right.
In. That's not supposed to be there, but it might upset somebody. That's the Florida Gulf Coast.
Oh, look, it's in the Elite 8, and the coach is going to be hired for the NBA.
Exactly,
it's exactly kind of arc it out.
Or at least leave and be hired for the University of Crunch Wrap. Like it's coaching at D1 AA crispy potato taco.
Yeah,
but after this run to the Elite 8, it is moving up to be the head coach at University of Crunch Wrap.
Yeah, these guys are in the 4-corner offense. They're doing a box and one, and they're slow playing the shot clock, and they're winning games like 53 to like 49. And they're getting their way all the way to the Elite 8.
Yeah,
damn,
and then they get
Simmons-esque.
They get to the Elite 8 and they play against like Crunch Wrap Supreme, and the game is good the whole time. But then in like the last 5 minutes, Crunch Wrap Supreme just pulls away and beats them 75-59.
Yeah.
I think that it's funny because
it's like the end of the Karate Kid, where Daniel-san, he just doesn't look like he has a chance.
You know what my favorite actress is? Sydney Sweeney.
It's true.
This is actually
That's
something
the thing
I
said
said
on the
podcast for real, and Weiger told me. I think that this is hard for me because just a nearly 60-year-old man. How old is he?
He's in his 50s. He's not that much older than me, but yeah, he's in his 50s.
For you, just a guy like that being like Sydney Sweeney is my favorite actor.
Like, yeah, come on, dude.
Come on, it's a little bit horny.
A little bit.
This is hard for me because last night I was like, Wags is gonna make this potato taco move on, and while I was eating it, I was like, it's pretty good.
It's good,
but Wags is gonna piss me off, and he's gonna make it move on. Little did I know that Carl is gonna be the one who also likes it.
Good man with the hot sauce.
Yeah,
like it's solid.
And there's a reason. So if you guys are really, I think if you guys both love it, and for me, it's like 4th or 5th, it maybe should move on.
I love it. Let's lock that one in.
All right, so it's moving on. It's not the 1 seed; it's the 2 seed.
It's
for sure.
Sure, but let's lock in the other one is going to be Crunchy Taco Supreme or Nacho Cheese Doritos Locos Taco Supreme. I think we count down for both. Supreme is going to win.
Both of y'all love those. Both of you guys love the nacho cheese one.
Yeah.
So I'm fine conceding crunchy soft taco.
Wow. Does that solve it? Does that give us our final 2? Carl, the gentlemanly gesture, Nacho Cheese Doritos Loco Taco Supreme, and Spicy Potato Soft Taco. Moving on.
But I will tell you this. Goop. The coach of Doritos Nachos Locos Taco Supreme State University is committing fraud. and he will be found out. Because somebody else will be here, and
Right.
the NCAA will investigate.
I can't believe Belichick still isn't a head coach. That's insane to me.
Man, tell his old ass to go sit down somewhere.
The hell are you talking
He don't need
about?
to be coaching nowhere, man. That dude's been in the league since 1973, bro.
Yeah.
He's a great coach.
And get his ass. He needs to be sitting on a fucking lake,
Yeah.
bass fishing somewhere.
Be hitting up that Robert Kraft massage parlor, enjoying
Yeah.
himself.
He doesn't do stuff like
Okay.
that.
Please. Give me a break.
All right, if we toured in Florida, you wouldn't go to that.
with Belichick and Robert Kraft? Hell yeah.
We go to one. I think that was a very bad one. We go to a legit.
Yeah, we'll go to a legit jack-off
one,
massage
jack-off,
parlor.
yeah.
Like the Wii Spa of Jack-Off Spas.
Okay, so the
Remember
to
Qual
recap.
was big dogging us? He's like, I went to the Wii Spa and like walked around naked. He's like, be a man and go walk around naked there.
Yeah.
Remember that?
But he also he said he fell. He was walking around naked and he fell, and like some kids in swim trunks laughed at him.
Fucking naked Noid.
Whoa, no. Tripped on my tail. We love him. To recap, the drink scoop, Mountain Dew Baja Blast and Mountain Dew Baja Blast Freeze, move on, and of the taco goop, Nacho Cheese Doritos Locos Taco Supreme, and Spicy Potato Soft Taco, moving on to the elimination round. Pepsi gets sour cream of the crop. Wow.
What's
Wow.
the other sour cream of the crop?
We don't have to pick one for tacos,
No,
unless
okay.
you can think of one that's funny. I guess soft taco could be kind of funny.
Yeah, but it's just the worst
not really that
one.
fun. Yeah,
I think the one that it's. I think potato taco also gets the sour cream of the crop award. I think that's you can give
It's
it to
good,
one that
man.
wins.
It's good.
Why not?
It is good. I mean, we can do that.
Sure.
All right, spicy potato soft taco also gets sour cream of the crop, despite also winning in part its group being one of the top two. There you go. What a spirited discussion that was.
And so other
What a
items,
spirited
how the tournament works
discussion.
is that y'all will then make another list of items to go get.
That's
and
right.
These things will compete.
That's right. The upcoming goops will be revealed on the following episodes. But yeah,
Gotcha.
two more.
We did it
two more
different this
goops.
year. We don't know why exactly. People
We're
will
kind of
probably get
emulating the
mad.
World Cup.
Yeah.
Yeah, but two goops are going
It
to
will
be
turn into verses at some point.
Yeah, it'll go to an elimination round. That's how the World Cup works. There's these group stages, two emerge from each group, then they go on to an elimination round and they fight each other. That's what's going to happen in the final 2 weeks of the tournament. But the first 2 weeks, we've got these group stages. The next one will be in the Doughboys Double, and the next one after that in the main feed. Just like a restaurant value your feedback. Let's open up the feedback. We have a voicemail today. Emma, if we can play this one.
Hi, Doughboys. This is Taylor from Fayetteville, North Carolina, and I am the food reporter at our local newspaper.
Wow.
We are kicking off our annual Fayetteville Food Madness tournament, and this year, locally owned restaurants and food trucks that serve hot dogs will face off in matchups where readers vote for their favorite dog.
Wow.
At the end of the month, we'll crown a hot dog king. So it got me wondering about y'all's favorite hot dogs, whether they be from chain restaurants or local spots. Thanks.
Taylor from Fayetteville.
How are we not invited to things like this? I feel
know, it
like that
sounds
will get
cool.
you to travel. That sounds fucking
I would go to that for sure.
That sounds fun as hell.
I will say, Taylor, Munch Madness competition. You might be getting a cease and desist order from Lev Ginsburg.
And trust me, you do not want him contacting you.
Get him, Ginsburg. Interesting.
Yeah. Okay. So they're going to
Interesting
crown a hot
question.
dog king. Got me wondering about y'all's favorite hot dogs, whether they be from chain restaurants or local spots. Here's the thing: got to shout out the Kirkland Signature Costco dog.
Costco dog is
Just in
good.
terms of value, it's a great dog, and you can also get them in store, and they're easy to cook at home and replicate that experience. But just
My
the
answer
best.
is no, though. A home cooked dog is. I mean, I've been to some great non-chain dog places, and there's like places like.
Well, look, with Doghouse, we had a great time with our buddy Adam.
That was
Gerber's
that was
chain.
well,
that was great.
but I was just about to say I don't consider that as much of like. I guess it is.
It's a pretty big
It's
chain.
pretty
It's a
big.
chain.
now.
Yeah.
All right.
They
Well,
got two
Doghouse is
locations.
maybe the answer where
Doghouse
I'm
is
like,
great.
where Doghouse is the one that crosses over to me to be like, this is like having a great home cooked dog.
Yeah.
But like Wiener Schnitzel, I'm not going to put up there. I'm not going to put in Shake Shack's dog. Like I'd much rather have a grilled dog at my house.
I do love Wiener Schnitzel, but Wiener Schnitzel is collapsing. I
Yeah.
think that they're shuttering locations all over the place. They have fewer and fewer menu items. I think that's a chain marked for death.
That's
It's,
sad.
it's coming. So Pink's is not one of my favorites. I want to get your opinion on that.
Don't like pinks.
I do not like pinks. I've only gone to pinks one time in the 26 years that I have lived in Los Angeles.
Yeah, that's all you need.
And it was after a football game. We had beat a team that our school hadn't beat in like 12 years.
Wow.
And
is this while you were on the team?
Yeah. And
tight end, right?
Yeah, I played tight end. And this is a shout out to Hamilton High School, Yankee Pride. And we had beat Westchester High School, which is by the airport.
Yeah.
And we hadn't beat them in a long time in football. And so our offensive line coach, we don't have lights at our school. And so we had to play our games at 4:00.
Wow.
Like 4:00 was the varsity game. And so we were done with the game by like 6-something. And our offensive line coach takes us all.
It's probably pitch black too at that point.
It's getting there though. The last quarter is getting tough. It's getting dusky.
Yeah.
But the offensive line coach, Sandusky. I'm gonna tell you about the offensive line coach. It's getting Sandusky in the showers. No, that's wrong. Let me stop. But the offensive line coach took us to Pink's, and I was like so excited.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, I ain't never been to Pink's since I live here because my mom's not a real hot dog person. I got a chili cheese dog, and it was very lackluster.
Pink stinks. It's all hype. It's all marketing. And you see that line, you're like, oh, there must be a reason people go here. And it's a bunch of tourists who go one time.
Yeah.
Because that's
Pink's
all you need.
is maybe, I feel bad saying Pink's stinks.
I'll walk it back from stinks. Pink's is fine, but it's like, it's overhyped.
But it is the one tourist spot where I'm like, every other store, if you go to Philippe's,
yeah,
you're having
you have
a
a great
blast.
time.
I mean, like, there's so many tourist spots that I'm like, yeah, that works. If you go to Musso and Frank's,
It's good. Sure.
Oh,
It's a great
you're having a
experience.
blast.
Yeah.
Pink's, no.
Yeah. There was a bar that I used to hang out at in Long Beach called Cowboy Country.
Okay.
And Cowboy Country had a man that would post up outside with a cart.
Fellow bouncer. Oh, okay.
And he would steam the buns.
Yeah.
And the hot dogs were also very well steamed. And you get my toppings on top of a hot dog, controversial, but we've already talked about this I've gotten death threats from Detroit people for putting the cheese on a coney. And to that I say, come tread on me. But
there's a couple of podcast sheriffs came at you. We got to sell the badge. I think we could.
I think it's a great idea.
I think we could.
I am armed and I will go down with a fight. But my regular hot dog toppings are ketchup, mustard, mayo, and jalapenos. Pickled jalapenos.
I love it.
And this dude's buns sounds crazy. This dude's buns were so delicious. And the hot dog was almost like the quarter pounder from 7-Eleven. And so that was probably my favorite, but we have to say chains, right?
No, I think that's all totally up for grabs.
Yeah, that guy. Of course, the Dodger dog. I mean, not the Dodger dog. The street dog. The street meat here in Los Angeles. Yeah. Bacon wrapped hot dog. If you get a good one and it's fresh, it tastes phenomenal.
Street dogs. It's frustrating because you used to see them more in Hollywood. I feel like they're always like in the city or south now. It's harder to get the street dogs.
Outside the popping spots, there's usually a person who's set up. If you ever go to Shortstop or Little Joy, right
there's
there,
one right near Shortstop.
There's one right there. And those are always hidden.
Which is close to your dog toppings. It's because it's ketchup, mayo, mustard.
Yeah, ketchup, mayo, and it's bacon wrapped, and they put big onions on it and big peppers on it.
Yeah.
I was buried in my iPad for a second here because Cowboy Country, I was like, I don't think I've been there. I'm from the Long Beach area. And
to Lakewood.
But I looked it up, and I'm pretty sure I know what this bar is, but it's just one of those places that's been renamed a bunch of times. Here's Cowboy Country. There's my childhood home.
Wow, right there.
Less than 2 miles away. How about that?
Yeah.
Look at that.
Close to Cowboy Country.
I sure did.
Wow.
Should have came in there and hung out. Honestly, I haven't been down there since 2016. Something about that year changed the clientele at that bar. They all of a sudden wasn't so nice to me anymore.
We got out at Gabrus and I got out at Tenet, and there's a dude like waiting at the entrance of the what is it now? The TCL Chinese Theater. They're the new owners. The TCL Chinese Theater, the big IMAX theater on Hollywood Boulevard, Walk of Fame, like one of the worst parts of the city. And there's a guy set up who's selling MAGA hats.
Yeah,
I was like, wow, that's wild.
Probably get a lot of sales right there in Hollywood.
I would assume so. Yeah,
it was right outside the Chinese Theater.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Siri. Location reminder.
Mitch,
Also-
I think you should like that. Look,
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Sorry, what were you gonna say?
Hot take. When it's good and when the buns are fresh, 7-Eleven.
Wow.
Yeah, I'll
get-
take a fresh 7-Eleven dog. Why not?
Yeah, I'll get
Big
2
bite?
of them.
Big bite?
Yeah.
I'll get 2 big bites, and I'll do the toppings that I just listed before: ketchup, mayo, mustard, jalapeno on one, and then I'll do a chili cheese on the other.
Yeah.
I ate that more when I was a young athlete and didn't gain as much weight, but like that was the jam. 2 of those, some hot Cheetos, and a Pepsi Blue. Ah,
I
the
love
good
that.
old days.
That sounds fucking great now.
How much,
Wise, what-
Casey? You got a hot dog topping you like? A type of hot dog?
I'm just a straight mustard guy.
Just regular mustard. There you go.
Wow.
It's classic.
Mustard, yeah.
Very Chicago.
Yeah, see, I'm like the opposite of that. Mostly just ketchup.
Mostly
Well,
just
like
ketchup.
a little bit of mustard, but mostly ketchup or chili and cheese. But that's
Love a chili
different
cheese
thing,
dog. Yeah.
Oh, speaking of chili and cheese, Wendy's chili is now coming in cans at the grocery store.
Wow.
Not a huge can, but like it's yeah, and it's I guess not single serving. It's a regular size can, like a canned good. And it's like $7. It's expensive, but you know,
Good chili.
flex when you can. You
Yeah,
know what
yeah,
I'm saying? We getting bread out here. Patreon is treating us well. You can get your $7.99 can of Wendy's chili, and it's good.
Wow.
I did that with cheese recently. I was like, I'm gonna make some chili cheese dogs today at home, and it was very tasty.
Wow.
Wendy's just tried that bullshit where they're like, we're gonna like maybe raise the prices.
Oh, the surge pricing.
The
yeah.
surge pricing.
I'm sure they've already apologized by now.
They've already pulled it back. They've walked it back. But I was saying to you when I heard the news that the guy who came up with that idea should be tarred and feathered. I think that I've been watching John Adams miniseries, and I think that tarring and feathering should come back when it comes to
tarring and feathering.
It's so analogous to Hollywood, where it's just these people who are fucking out of their mind making decisions. And we should pull them out of the buildings and tar and feather them. I mean,
look
like
at this tech asshole. He's got feathers all over him.
it
Looks
doesn't
like a fucking chicken.
it doesn't
Everyone laugh
kill
at him.
you.
It doesn't kill you.
You
just
look like a
an
chicken.
idiot.
You just look like an idiot.
Got to go take a bath.
Yeah,
It's even easier nowadays because you can like go to the dermatologist or something. If you have back then, you have some sort of reaction to it. It could be a bad deal.
I am allergic to feathers, so don't tar and feather me. Just to be clear. But what were you going to say? You're going to say Mitch when you were talking about your.
Oh, I was just gonna say. I feel like if we found out a place was like a mile and a half from your Quincy home, I feel like you'd be like, wow, look at that.
I love it, but you're not as affectionate about your hometown.
It's kind of interesting. What's my next?
I think that's a wild coincidence.
Yeah.
And I'm nervous for Carl being a young boy near your fucking home. Was there another spot you were going to mention that was near? Because you're talking about shortstop, and then you were saying
Little Joy. It's just
Little Joy.
they're right there on that same block.
Yeah.
I'm just saying there's the cart, like the street meat cart.
Yeah.
Is good right there.
You know what does a great hot dog is Kogi when they have it. They don't always have it, but they have a really good hot dog.
The truck?
The truck, yeah.
I'll tell you, I was at the Vista Theater, and I've had quite a few hot dogs in the last few weeks I've been there. I did ketchup, mustard, relish, and jalapenos. Jalapenos on a dog I think are a lot of fun.
It's very good.
Absolutely.
The street dogs are great. I do think I always just love a nice grilled dog, maybe more than anything else. But like a barbecue hot dog. My sister and I were talking about this the other day. But sometimes you just eat the hot dog with no toppings on it. It's the end of the cookout.
Love a plain dog.
Just eat a plain dog.
Yeah, why not?
That gets a little too dry for me. I at least got to throw my plain dog, kind of the version of what Casey and Emma do, is some barbecue sauce right on.
Oh, that's
just a thing of a squirt of barbecue sauce, a little plat of barbecue sauce, and
man, hot dogs rule.
We were talking about how we missed the ArcLight with Jen D'Angelo, the ArcLight dog.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, a home cooked dog, but there are options. I mean, like the fast food chains to me are the lesser, except for Doghouse. That is the one that I forgot how big Doghouse is.
Yeah, it's great. Hey, let us know your picks. Hashtag hot dog king or queen.
Wow.
Also shout out to Fish, our Discord mod, who is a hot dog enthusiast. And if you have a question or comment about the world of chain restaurants, you can email us at feedbag@birdfuck.com or leave us a voicemail at 830-GO-DOE. That's 830-463-6844. Our producer is Emma Erdbrink. Our associate producer is Amelia Marino. Our engineer is Casey Donahue, and our video editor is Mike Dorfman. Doughboys shirts, hats, aprons, and maybe soon a podcast sheriff button are available at kinshipgoods.com/doughboys. And for whom the bell does, Munch Madness 2024, the Tournament of Chompions IX, Quiero Talk-O Bell continues Tuesday on the Doughboys Double and all Munch log. Subscribe at patreon.com/doughboys.
Mexico just reformed with North America after Susser's horrible pronunciation.
Carl Tart, one of our favorites. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you
being
so much
here.
for
What a
having
treat
me.
to have you.
It's been a
Love
long
y'all.
time, y'all. I missed you guys.
We miss you too.
And I missed the listeners.
That sounds.
I love them.
We're gonna hang out. We haven't hung out in a while.
You
We can
keep
make that
saying that. We missed the whole football season.
That is insane.
And that's basketball season.
Who were you rooting
That's
for
true.
again? There, were you rooting Chiefs or were you rooting San Francisco?
In the last game,
Yeah.
I was rooting San Francisco. That was a game time decision.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
I talked about it on my football podcast, Foosballs, right here on the Headgum Network. Make sure you check it out.
Check it out.
I said the country really must be progressing, because for the first time, I was rooting against a black quarterback and for a white running back. I was like, this Christian McCaffrey guy is pretty hot stuff. I think I want to see this guy do it. But I'm also, it's one of those times where I'm like, I just got so sick of the Chiefs at the end. Like, I'm over it. I'm over everything. I'm over the Taylor Swift stuff. I'm over the Chiefs like crying the whole season, like beyond the Taylor Swift, so just them crying to the refs and everything.
Yeah.
They have become the hero has become the villain, for me in that group. But also, it's always nice to see a Bay Area team lose.
So it happened to the Patriots. I mean, people are not going to like them anymore. 3 Super Bowl wins now. It's just gonna. We should watch the game, but I'm a Celtics fan. You're not going to be. We should maybe watch a neutral.
You and I
NBA.
have watched games together. It's fine.
Yeah,
but the Lakers Celtics rivalry is kind of dying a little bit.
Yeah, it's
honestly, Lakers Clippers is becoming a little bit like this. A real battle for LA thing is
we
real.
had a heck of a slobber knocker last night with LeBron going off.
He went off on us. The first
fourth quarter comeback.
The fourth quarter starting lineup was the stupidest shit that Ty Lue has probably done since he's been coaching with us,
Wow.
and it was bad.
I was really nervous about the Bucks, but now Doc Rivers is the head coach, so I feel pretty good, honestly. I think that. Well, we'll see what happens. I don't know if the Celtics team has what it. I don't know. They make me nervous. They're so good.
They're so good. They're best team in the NBA by far, by a long shot.
They really are.
And Miami is gonna whoop that ass in the Eastern Conference.
I'd love to see it.
If they get into the playoffs.
Yeah.
Anyways, we'll watch it. We got to watch a game. We got to hang.
People should check out, of course, Foosballs, Gossip Kings, the flagrant ones.
Yeah, Gossip Kings is ending.
Gossip Kings is ending?
Gossip Kings is
Breaking
ending.
choose.
We got one more episode of Gossip Kings.
Oh, shit.
Check
and
out
it's
the
gonna
final
be,
episode.
It's going to be a live stream. It will be on the network after, but like on Wednesday, March 17th at 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Mountain. We will be live streaming
St.
my
Patrick's Day.
live reaction. The 13th?
Oh, I think you said 17.
No, the 13th.
Okay.
We will be live streaming me watching the finale episode for the first time.
Wow.
So I'd say this to everybody, don't spoil it for me. Any dicks in my DMs that will even think about that, I will get your IP address. I will find you. I will beat the living shit out of you.
Look, keep it. No dicks in the DMs. Keep it to left titties,
Yeah,
please.
you can send me a left titty, but do not send me a Gossip Girl spoiler. Because I've made it this whole time. We've been doing this podcast for 3 years now.
Yeah.
It started in the pandemic still, and I made it this far, and it's time for me to finally finish this series. And people have been so great about not spoiling stuff, but there's still dicks out there, so I almost feel bad for even saying it because I know that's gonna make somebody want to spoil it for me. But I will find you. If you spoil it, I will find you. You think you will be anonymous? I will find you.
Wow.
Maybe we could do a tour date just revolving around that, of like whatever hometown that guy's in, going.
And I'm gonna knock
doing
on
a show,
every fucking door, and I won't rest. I won't sleep until I find you, and I will beat the dog shit out of you.
Wow.
I think it's a perfect way to end the episode.
Yeah.
Then we'll review Culver's. So
Yeah.
check that out.
Oh yeah, because he's gonna be from Milwaukee or probably Detroit.
Yeah. Still mad about the hot dogs.
Yeah.
Hey, that'll do it for this episode of Doughboys. Until next time, for the Spoon Man, Mike Mitchell, I'm Nick Weiger. Happy eating.
See ya.
Hey, buddy, we forgot one thing.
We fucked up already.
Shockingly, we fucked up already. We forgot to invoke the Jess McKenna rule and decide, like the alien getting the burger, who the tournament champion was going to ultimately go to and to what end.
It's not my fault, I just want to say.
It's also not my fault. Now, who does that leave? Whose fault it could be? That's up to you to infer.
I have an idea.
Oh, I have an idea.
I have an idea of someone who makes the rules who could have reminded us.
Anyway, what we ended up doing is that with our episode that's going to be out on Tuesday with our friend Lamar Woods, a fellow Gossip King, we delegated the duty for figuring out who this is going to Lamar. So we're going to show that right now.
Hey, we're the Doughboys. We fucked up and we forgot to do a big part of the tournament, but we're here to tell you the winner of the Taco Bell tournament
is going, as per the Lamar Woods rule, as per the Lamar Woods rule, to
Austin Butler.
Wow.
Let's go. Motherfucking Elvis. What else he was in? Elvis Dune. He's in an army show on Apple, I think. Holding it down.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Oh, that's right. Yeah.
What are you playing that?
He plays like the hippie guy, Tex. Yes. Yeah. He gets. Well, no spoilers, but he's.
Oh, okay, I know you're talking about.
Yeah.
Good luck to him, man. I think he's gonna do big things. So.
Wow.
Austin Butler. Hopefully, the item makes him be himself. He loses the Elvis.
That's right. He drops out of deep character, doesn't have the Elvis affectation, doesn't have the Feyd-Rutha voice from Harkonnen voice from Dune Part 2.
Yes.
He can be himself again.
He can be himself again. And the loser is eaten by a sandworm.
Wow. Fitting.
Very
fitting.
Let's fucking go.
Wow.
Wags. The items that move on are going to go to Austin Butler and try to get him out of his character actor mode and make him Austin Butler again. And the loser is going to go down to the sandworms.
Wow. All makes sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
Tuesday on Doughboys Double, we continue Munch Madness 2024, the Tournament of Chompions IX, with guest Lamar Woods. We'll see you then.
See you then. Things are going smooth.
Sources for the intro are in the episode description.
That was a Headgum podcast.